We'll start from rule number 1. Rule number 1 we said is calm and composed, which means first question is not known, no problem. First 10 questions are not known, no problem. First 20 questions are not known, no problem. Sir, you said 60 questions, first 30 questions are not known. If you are prepared for a good amount of time, if you do not know first 30 questions, nobody in the examination will know that 30 questions either in the first set or in the middle set or in the last set. Cutoff should come low. This is a qualifying paper. UPSC will never do that in a qualifying paper. UPSC will do that only in a evaluating paper. Right? Second rule we discussed is never have ego with the question paper. So if you sit with the question, if you don't understand it, right? I will break it to micro level. What you don't understand it, when you have to leave the questions, everything. Leave the question and move to the next question. Never have ego saying that I invested 1 minute into this particular question. If I invest 30 more seconds, I will get an answer. Never do that. Sir, I invested 2. What will happen is you would have invested 2 minutes. You will think that another 30 seconds. You invest 4 minutes, another 30 seconds. You invest 5 minutes, another 30 seconds. After a period of time, because you invested 6 seconds, no, you decide that you will put one answer. You would have invested 1 year in a relationship, you would have known it is a red flag and toxic, but you will think like, if I spend another 6 months, I will correct that person. Never it will going to happen. And you will keep doing it again and again. After 5 years of relationship, you will be like, no other choice, I have to marry. After that, your life will be safe. If it is a red flag, move out. Are we comfortable with respect to it? If it's only pala relationship, right? But if it's a red flag, move out. If it is a red flag in the question, move. It's more important with respect to. Are we comfortable? The third rule, which we started is saying we have 80 questions. We need a cutoff of 27 net questions. You do know what is net, right? After negatives, positives should stay for 27 questions, which means you can't attempt exactly 27. You have to attempt more than that. And this is a qualifying paper, not counted with respect to it. Are we comfortable on that part? Right? So which means you need 66.5 some marks will be the required. For the easiness, I will take it as 70. What we intend to get out of this session and this practice is 100 marks. Why 100? Because this is not the first time I'm doing all the years. I always say it in one manner because UPSC never releases the key. And CSAT key is extremely varied between one place to another place, right? Whoever releases the key will be extremely varied. So people will always say, I'm getting only 71 in this key, 68, 4 in that key. Will I clear or not? One cat on the wall situation will be there. That will spoil 10 to 15 days till the mains results comes, prelim results comes. But if you have 90, if you have 100, no problem with respect to it. So we always intend to do 100 with respect to it. Now UPSC is going to release the key. Our intention is to get 100 out of 200, right? So third rule, 60 questions has to be attempted. Attempt only 60, which means leave 20. Or will I say that ignore 20? I'm not even saying leave 20, ignore 20. The question of vitru, not even touch the question. You should learn to ignore the questions. What I do on the examination hall is, if this question is not known to me, let's assume one question comes and tough has been there. This numbers are extremely high. All I will do is do that on the day of examination. I just wait it. So that it gives me a very clear indication. I will not even come back to the same space, right? So whatever you wanted to do, do it. If it is going to be strict and you can't touch the question paper, at least do one small dot, circle, or draw one line like this, something or the other, to make sure you are not touching that question even by mistake. Sir, what if I finish the examination in 1.5 hours? Close your pen, keep it in the bag, fold your hands, wait and watch the other people suffering in the examination. Or lie down and sleep. Once you have completed the question paper, never ever go and touch the questions which you have decided not to attempt. Clear with respect to it? It might look extreme. You will get the answers and you will believe me over time. So, are we comfortable on this part? Next, why? Because it is just a qualifying paper. Write it down. CSAT is only a qualifying paper. CSAT is tough when it is an evaluating paper. CSAT is tough when it is an evaluating paper. It is a simple, easy paper. It is a simple, I want you to write. So that next time when you read, you will believe that what is written on it, right? It is a simple and easy paper because of its qualifying nature. Because of its qualifying nature. Box the word simple and easy paper. Contradicting to the popular opinion, who says CSAT is tough, I'm saying CSAT is simple and easy. It is simple and easy. You will see it at the end of the class. Shall I move further? Next, fourth rule. This people will do. I do know this person. This person has been in touch with me for the last 5 years, going on to the forest service interviews all the time period, most of the times. If you are appearing on forest service interview, you should get at least 15 marks more in your civil service preliminary. Repeatedly, this person comes on the civil service, forest service interview as well. So I know him for a longer time period. 2011 and 12, he came to the interview and said, sir, this year, CSAT was extremely tough, sir. I got 99.5 percentile in my CAT, sir. I'm getting IIM Ahmedabad, sir. But I am saying CSAT is tough, sir. I'm like, I respect your opinion, but I disagree with you. I just asked him at the micro level, what did you do? I attempted all maths question first because I know mathematics. And that year, maths was tough. Reading comprehension was easy, right? Never have an idea, I will attend all reading comprehension in one go. No. All aptitude in one go. No. All reasoning in one go. No. Never do this act. The way the question should be attempted is the way how UPSC has given to you, right? If you do question, same nature of question repeatedly, the brain will get fogged. You can't have a efficiency in attempting the questions. So that is why UPSC is very beautifully structured at saying that 3 to 4 questions in reading comprehension, another 6 questions will be aptitude reasoning. Within that 6 questions, some will be aptitude, some will be mathematics formulas, some will be reasoning. Mixture is there, no? So you'll have to attempt the questions as like UPSC has given. Fourth rule. Attempt the questions as per the UPSC pattern. Attempt the question as per the UPSC pattern. Within the bracket, reading comprehension, comma, aptitude, comma, reasoning. The pattern. Comfortable? Next one. Go for 3 rounds. Next rule. Go for 3 rounds. Round number 1. Very easy questions. Shall I move? Round number 2. Moderately tough questions. Or moderate questions. Keep it as moderate questions. Tough and keep it as moderate questions. Right? Round number 3. Tough questions. Hyphen. Attempt these questions. Round number 3. Tough questions. Hyphen. Attempt these questions after your retirement from civil services. After your retirement from civil services. What does it mean? Never attempt such questions in your life. Sir, my ego has to be satisfied. Go to your best friend in your life. Tell that your ego has to be satisfied. Ask them to slap. They will do the honors. Get your ego satisfied. Come out. Your ego should never be satisfied. Give up the ego. Right? Within the bracket, those 20 questions. Right? These are those. The third round is the 20 questions. We are not going to touch at all. We will ignore it. Right? The last 4 months, I'm ignoring a good amount of stories in my Instagram related to a certain group of people who are my students, friends, and all. I'll just mute them for my own peace. If you can't assume who am I ignoring, you can understand them. வித்தியாசமா வந்து பேசிட்டு இருக்காங்க, அதெல்லாம் கேட்டால் நம்ம கோவம் வருதுன்றதுனால மியூட் பண்ணிட்டு போயிடுறது பீஸ்காண்டி. யாருன்னு நான் சொல்ல மாட்டேன், சொன்னா பிரச்சனையா. Shall I move further? Next. Right. we do have, how is the question paper divided? The question paper is divided into 8 sets. What do you mean by set? 1 to 10, question number 1 to 10 is set number 1. What does the set number 1 include? Set number 1 includes 3 or 4 reading comprehension, right? Set number includes 6 questions, which can be aptitude, reasoning. Right? So there are 8 sets, right? Write it down. There are 8 sets. Rule number 6. Yes, there are 8 sets. Each set should be completed in 10 minutes. Each set should be completed in 10 minutes. So together you spend 80 minutes for 8 sets. 1 hour, 20 minutes. Comfortable on that part? Sir, how can we complete 80 questions? I did not ask you to complete 80 questions. I asked you to complete set. 1 set, 10 minutes. Right? Here, it means easy question alone. It means easy question alone. Comfortable? Continuation. In this last year rules in the rules last year assumptions we are going to do. We are going to speak positive rules. We are going to speak negative rules. We'll do on that part, right? In this, on an average, attempt 4 questions in a set. This on an average attempt 4 questions in a set. So how much question I am asking you to attempt? 32. 4 out of a set. I'm not asking you to attempt 10. 10 questions in 10 minutes is hard. Attempting 4 questions in 10 minutes is not hard. Are you clear on that part? Sir, I use the word on an average, right? I did not say every set should attempt 4 questions. What does it mean? Some set you will attempt only 2 questions. Some set you will attempt 5 questions. Some set you will attempt 6 questions, because some sets will be hard set. Entire set will be hard. Some set, entire set will be easier. You get the logic? So never panic. If your first set you can attempt only 2 questions, don't panic. There is going to be one set where you will attempt 5 continuously. There will be sets you will attempt 6 to 7 questions also. So based upon that, you decide on an average 4. So totally, I'm asking you to attempt 32 questions, right? In total, out of 8 sets, 32 questions minimum. We'll stop continuation. If you are good, you can go up to 40 questions. If you are good, you can go up to 40 questions. In such scenarios, how many questions you are attempting? In 5 questions on an average, which means 2 minutes, 1 question. For one question, there are 2 minutes. What we are going to do as a practice is, you are going to complete 1 minute, 1 question. But starting point, I'm giving you 2 minutes, 1 question. Finish it that. Shall I move further? Shall I move? Right? Comfortable? Next. Next rule, 7th rule. If 80 minutes is over, I do have 40 minutes. Right? Next to 40 minutes. Focus on moderate questions. Next. 40 minutes, focus on moderate questions. 20 questions. Same 2 minutes logic only, sir. But what has been now changed? All easy questions from 1 to 80 is completed. Right? 40 questions has been done. With that itself, I can clear it. Right? These are added extra to get the marks at 90, 100, 110, 120, whatever may be the logic. Here, if you find whatever that you would have picked some questions as moderate, right? But when you are solving, you will find it is not moderate, but it will be tough. So what should you do? Ignore the question and move on to the next. So my logic is, you should attempt 20 questions. Sir, I can't attempt 20 questions. Out of 25, I have wrongly picked. Okay, attempt 15 questions. So what? 55 questions you are attending? No, sir, I have picked it wrongly still. 10 questions are tough. Attempt 10 questions. 50 questions you would have completed. You will clear the preliminary. Confidence in model. Shall I move further? Right? Out of this 20, if you are attempting 15, fine. If you are attempting only 10, fine. All I want is minimum of 50 questions to be attempted, maximum of 60 questions to be attempted. Are we comfortable on this part? The next rule. Minimum of 50 questions and maximum of 60 questions. Box the word minimum 50, box the word maximum 60. Maximum is 60, which means 20 you are leaving, whatever may be the scenarios. Sir, I attempted only 47 questions. No problem. If you attempted 45 also, I'm fine with respect to it. If your correct percentage or if your conversion percentage is high, if your number of questions is low, not a problem, right? Next rule. If your conversion percentage is high, minimum can be even 45. Minimum can be even 45. Correct. I attempt the question, it is getting correct. You would have attempted the questions. Not every questions will go correct. No, some will go correct, some will go wrong. Conversion percentage should be high. If I attempt 35 questions, if my conversion percentage is 90%, I don't have to worry about it. Most of the questions will be correct only. Right? That you will have to train from UPSC question papers, not from any other question papers. Are we clear with respect to it? Next. Because setting the key is the place where UPSC plays a major role, which others lag. Shall I move further? Next one. No rigid mindset. Next rule. No rigid mindset that you will attempt only mathematics. Or only English in the exam hall. I do know people who go to the exam hall thinking that I will attempt only mathematics. Year on year, I get more information from the students and more diversified set of ideas from the students. There are students who goes into it and says that I will attempt only mathematics. What if you are stuck in 5 questions? Anxiety will kick in. Anxiety kicks in, after that your mistakes will get increased with respect to it. Never have a rigid mindset. Always have a flexible mindset. Right? Next rule. We already spoke CSAT is a simple paper. Right? Next, there are 4 types of questions. In entire paper, there are 4 types of questions. Very easy. Number 1, very easy. Number 2, easy. This should be picked in round number 1. Very easy and easy should be picked in round number 1. Third one, moderate. Pick it in round number 2. Tough after retirement, post-retirement. I repeat it again and again. Those tough questions should be attempted only post-retirement. Maybe keep it as a souvenir to all your preliminary examinations. Post that, call your grandchildren if you wanted to bring grandchildren or children to the world. Call them and make them sit with you and then attempt. That day, that question paper will become redundant. Nothing will be there. Shall we move further? Pakka? So what are we seeing? 4 to questions in a set, which means 40 questions in 80 minutes. 32 to 40 questions in 80 minutes. 20 questions at least in the next 40 minutes. Right? If you attempted 32, I want you to attempt 20 here. If you attempted 40, you can attempt 10, 15, whatever may be the numbers. So I need a total of 50 questions in 2 hours. That's all. Comfortable? Each set, write it down. I know I'm repeating, but it's fine. Write it down. 4 to 5 questions in each set. Is it possible to attempt all set 4 to 5 questions? No. This can. average. 4 to 5 questions in each set on an average. Completed. So which means how many questions are leaving in this set? 5 questions in the first round. How many questions you will be leaving in the other set? 8 questions. 2.5 you will attempt in each set, right? Or 2 you will attempt in each set. Which means in any scenarios you are going to give 3 questions in each set. Sir, how am I going to pick which question to pick in the first set, which to pick in the second set? That is what this workshop and the next workshop will do, and all your PYQs will do, right? Next one, how to pick or how to determine which question to attempt, how to determine which question to attempt and which question to leave. Hyphen, learn from the elimination strategy sessions and analysis of PYQ. Analysis of UPSC PYQ. Comfortable? And the data sheets. What are the types of questions? That is, we will now move on to something called reading comprehension. So we are going to divide the rules separately for reading comprehension, separately for aptitude paper. In reading comprehension, what are the nature of questions you have seen? Have you seen a questions like asked on assumption, inference, corollary, critical message, implication, imply, author intent to say, crusk, central idea, summary, practical suggestion, tone of an author? Apart from all those things, there is a miscellaneous question. What does it mean? These nature of questions will come, right? I'm going to divide these questions only into 2 parts. Assumption, all other. You would have been taught inference means this only. Yes, would have been taught crusk means this only. Author intent to say means this only. Corollary means this. Critical message means this. Central idea means this. Summary means this. Practical suggestions, tone of author means this. Nothing is required. Nothing is required. Only thing you will have to differentiate is 2 types of questions. One is assumption, another one is all other. We will try that when we do this, because we are not going to read the question at all. Without reading the question, we are going to derive the answer, and the answer will be correct. So what is the purpose of a question? In all reading comprehension, you have to only differentiate 2 things: whether assumption is asked or assumption is not asked. Are we clear on that part? So if assumption is asked, things are going to be slightly different. For that, I give you positive rules and negative rules, right? Which can go wrong, which can go correct also. The negative rules fit for all questions. Positive rules will fit only for assumptions. Comfortable on that part? Take it over. Reading comprehension. Within that, first point. Again, first rule, reading comprehension. Read the question first. If you are very good in language, if you are very comfortable on that part, you read your choice. I am speaking for the general public, right? So read the question first. Second rule, read the paragraph second. Read the question first and then read the paragraph. Write 2 to 3 word summary or maximum 1 sentence summary. Write 2 to 3 word summary or maximum 1 sentence summary. Right? I didn't say 2 to 3 sentences, 2 to 3 words or else 1 sentence. If you have read an entire paragraph like this, right? Near to that, I have to write in 2 words, something has to be written. That's all. Or max on max, 1 sentence. That one sentence summary and all should never occur in your question paper at all. I'm saying maximum. If you are a person who's struggling in English, go for one sentence. If you are good to read a Hindu newspaper and editorial, 2-word summary should come. Maximum 3-word summary should come. Right? Are we comfortable on that part? Fourth rule. Universality. Write it down as universality versus possibility. Universality versus possibility. This rule, within the bracket, write it down. This rule is not for assumption-based questions. This rule is not for assumption-based questions. Bracket closed. This rule is not for assumption-based questions. Because assumption question alone is different. Last year, I have not given any rules for assumption-based questions. If you have attended last year's, right? Now we worked on it, and assumption also we will break it down in simpler manners, right? What do you mean by universality? Write it down within the same rule. Universality. Universality. When it is only mentioned, and it is only mentioned in the paragraph. Universality, when it is only mentioned in the paragraph. Comfortable? It should be mentioned. Then it is universal. I am taking it. What is universality here? 100%. That's what we are meaning here as universality, right? When it is mentioned in the paragraph. And it's, what did I say? When it is only mentioned in the paragraph. Underline the word only or box the word only. Right? In GS and all, we'll say only. Be wrong. Your ulta will come here. Paragraph should have the word. Paragraph should have the sentence. Paragraph should have the concept. This is not a word. If it is only mentioned, means within the bracket, concept. Don't write it as word. Because we are going to speak about how to eliminate also. Right? Concept should be mentioned. Or statement should be mentioned. Concept / statement. Next one. Elimination. Next rule. Elimination. In total, 26 to 27 reading comprehensions are asked. Right? 2 questions are tough. Ignore. 2 questions tough. I will teach you how to identify these 2 questions. Very easy. You take all 13 years question paper. There is one nominal rule is being given by UPSC. Nobody finds this rule. UPSC gives it like a food on the platter. Nobody finds it. These 2 questions never even touch. Which means you find the symbol on that part, leave the question and move on. Don't even read it, leave it. Which means it comes down. Let me take it the lower version, 26. Right? It comes to 24. Right? Out of this 24, 2 will be moderate. Right? Leave this question also if you are not comfortable. Right? Then it will bring it to 22. Sir, I find it 2 more tough, sir. Leave that. It comes to 20. Which means how many will be required more? Can't you write 6 aptitude and reasoning questions in there out of all 53 questions? Direction question. Blood relation question. You went to the shop, you gave them 50 rupees. That shop owner gave you back 25 rupees, but in 50 paise coin, how much coins you do have? One question will come, no? Can't you write 6 questions out of it? Very tough. Shall I move further? Yes? Write it down. 26 to 27 questions. So this is elimination number 1. What are we eliminating? Question eliminate pandrom. We are eliminating the question altogether. After that, within the question, we will learn how to eliminate, right? Elimination within that, number 1, 26 to 27 questions in total from reading comprehension. 26 to 27 questions in total from reading comprehension. Two are tough. Don't even read the question. I'll teach you where to find and how to find the two tough questions, right? Don't even read the questions. 2 to 4 are moderately tough, varies from person to person. Another 2 to 4 are moderately tough. Read this question, right? Read this question. But what rule should be applied here? No ego, right? Read the question, but you can leave the question if you can't find an answer. Read the question and you can leave the question if you can't find an answer. Within the bracket, no ego rule. Sir, how to find that I should apply no ego rule here? Write it down. A, within that rule, A. If you cannot summarize, leave the question. And the 2 to 3 word summary, one statement summary, we said no. If you can't do a summary, leave the question. If you can't summarize, leave the question. If you can't eliminate choices, leave the question. I will tell you how to eliminate choices later, right? If you can't eliminate choices, read the question. I am unable to understand the first para of the question. Leave the question. Unable to understand first para of the question. Leave the question. If you come to me and say that, sir, none of the reading comprehension question I am unable to attempt means, understand means, then leave the attempt and start reading newspaper and English. Right? If you do not know anything on the English part, then attempting the attempt is a waste of choice, right? Waste of time, waste of an effort, right? Now, second, within the elimination, first elimination we spoke about is eliminating the question. Now we are going to speak about eliminating the choices, right? Within the elimination rule, eliminating choices. Elimination, we are subdividing into first rule, eliminating the question. Second rule, eliminating the choices, right? Write it down. Out of four choices, two are easy to eliminate. Out of four choices, two are easy to eliminate. I'll teach you how to eliminate when we go on to reading comprehension and do an exercise, right? One statement is a trap. Four choices, two are easy to eliminate. But out of other two is there? No. One is a trap. Most of the time, students fall in that trap. That is where it goes wrong, right? One is a trap. Why it is a trap? Words in that statement will be mentioned in the paragraph. So what you will do is like, look into the paragraph. That word on food security is being available. The statement will also have a word food security. So you will click it. But it will be a trap, right? It is one statement is a trap. Learn to identify the trap. Learn to identify the trap and eliminate. Learn to identify the trap and eliminate. Right? How to identify which two are easier, which is a trap and which can be an answer. Next rule. Negative rules. What do you mean by negative rules? Statement might be wrong, right? Given heading called negative rules. Statement might be wrong. Year on year, I add on the rules because things keep changing. One. Second thing, practice is more important. So again and again, in Delhi and all, what will be like 3 years we are doing it with respect to it. First year, whoever the student I have seen, even today when I go there, they will be sitting there. They're like, no, we'll do on practice so that it will become easier. And rules are getting added. So it's require practice and understand the rules. Rules is easier, right? Negative rules within that A statement, within that first point. Extreme statements can be eliminated. Can be eliminated. I did not say should be, right? So at any point of time, your knowledge, your gut feeling, your rationality should come on the day of examination. Never ever follow by the merit of including me. Clear with respect to it? Your rationality is more important. Second statement. Second point. Very specific statements can be eliminated. Most of the time, reading comprehension is generalistic. Options are more specific. Not possible, right? Very specific statements can be eliminated. Third point, irrelevant to the passage shall be eliminated. Here I did not say can. I'm using the word shall. Irrelevant to the passage shall be eliminated. Comfortable? Fourth point, opposite and contradicting view. Opposite and contradicting view to the passage shall be eliminated. Opposite and contradicting view to the passage shall be eliminated. Then, provided question did not ask about the contradicting view of the paragraph. If the question asks, gives a paragraph, in GS you would have seen no incorrect statement. Till now they have not asked like that. But if tomorrow if they ask you, all this would have been given. What is the contradicting view to the paragraph? Then you can't eliminate this. So write it down. Unless otherwise contradicting view is asked in the question. Unless otherwise contradicting view is asked in the question. Comfortable? We move on to positive rules now. This negative rules is applicable to all. All reading comprehension questions, you can apply the negative rules. So near to the heading negative rules, within the bracket, write it down to all reading comprehension questions. To all reading comprehension questions. Comfortable? Now we come to positive rules. Within the bracket, apply it to assumption questions. Apply it to assumption-based questions. Number one, what do you mean by possibly correct? Positive rules. It can be positively correct, right? Possibly correct. Comfortable on that part? First point. Positive rules means the statement can be possibly correct. I didn't say 100% correct. Possibly correct. If you have looked into it, every single time I have chosen my words very correctly and very specifically. Prelim அப்படிதான் இருக்கும். Bureaucrat can be like that only, right? You have to learn to read between the words. I have never said, in some places I would have said shall, must. That meaning would have been given. Rest of the places I get can, right? So you can't apply 100%. Something you can apply 100%. Are we clear on that part? Right? Within that, write it down one after the other. Always remember this, your preliminary will become easier. Reading between the words. Words will have meaning towards it. Your life as a bureaucrat will become very easier because your words has to be well articulated, very specific, well calculated. Unless otherwise, you will be in a problem. You will be in a chaotic situation. A bureaucrat should be well articulated. That is well tested in the interview process. Right? First point. Logically correct. Logically correct can be considered. I'm using the word consideration here. Right? I did not say shall be correct. I'm using the word consider. Right? Second, broad, comma, progressive, broad, comma, progressive, comma, positive statements can be considered. Right? Third one, denotes possibility. Statement denotes possibility. Statement denotes possibility. Statement should be framed in a way it should speak about possibility, consideration, many, can, some. There is something of possibility is being there. It is not speaking about negativity, right? In this place of assumptions, you should work like a checkbox, right? We are going to speak about 4 rules, 4 sub rules. 4 sub rules, if it is getting clicked, then take it into consideration and use it on the examination. And then pick an answer for the assumption statement. Are we comfortable on that part? You can also use the negative rules. What is that? Extreme statement is there. Take it out, right? 4th rule. 4th rule, avoid extreme statements. So on the day of examination, when an assumption-based question is being asked, you do have 4 checkbox to click. Whether it is denoting positivity, possibility, yes, positivity, broad statements, and it is not denoting negative statements derived to the question. Inga one rule vich answer varala nama. We are not coming to the answer from one rule. We are coming to the answer from all 4 checkboxes. Are we comfortable on the part? You will understand this when we go to the assumption questions. That time we will come back and relook the rules also. Comfortable? Right? Next. Aptitude rules, I will tell it at the end. Or you want to write it one go, I will tell it now itself. One go? No. We will finish the reading comprehension. But I can't tell you what to leave, no? Okay, no problem. These are already told rules only. Not a problem, right? We'll take the document that is given to you, which is a question paper, which is nothing but UPSC 2023 question paper. Take the question paper. We'll go one after the other. Statement number 1. Question number 1 is available, no? Yes. What are we going to do? We will not read anything about the question. So whether the author is asking about the passage, inference, content, blah, blah, nothing is been there. All I'm going to see is whether assumption is asked or not. It starts as which. So don't have to worry about implications. Nothing has to be read, right? First and foremost things, I will read the 4 statements alone, right? For 1 or 2 questions, I will read, you follow me. After that, we will change the scenario. You read in your mind. After one person of you can read. After that, you read in your mind and we will come to it, right? I will handhold you for the first 2 questions alone. Statement A, question padiklinge. I'm not reading the question. I don't want you to read the question. Why? If you read the question only, you are already infused knowledge of statement means different, implication means different, inference means different, assumption means different. We have to identify only one thing, assumption or anything else, right? A national pragmatic legal policy framework for water allocation should be made. All river systems of the country should be linked and huge aquifers created, right? Water channels between the regions of water surplus and regions of water deficit should be created, right? To mitigate water crisis, water demand of the sector such as agriculture and industry should be reduced. If you are thinking about the rules that we have spoken for the reading comprehension, automatically the first point looks positive, broad, generalistic, progressive in manner. Idea clear? Yes. Second point speaks about all river systems. Extreme statement. It is not universality. What is universality here? What is mentioned in the paragraph is called universality. This all is an extreme. We do not know whether the author told the word all or not in that paragraph. So wait, right? Third, water channels between the regions of water surplus and regions of water deficit should be created. We do not know author told or not. But wait. Fourth one, to mitigate water crisis, water demand of the sector such as agriculture and industry should be reduced. This is specific, but author might have told also, right? One more rule I forgot to mention, write it down. From the question paper itself, read the question paper. What is the direction given for the following 3 items? Read along with me. The page number, first page, top of the page, one direction is given by the UPSC, no? Read that. Read following 3 passages and answer items that follow the passage. Okay, simple. Your answer to these items should be based on the passage. Circle the word only. Passage only. Circle and box the word passage only. Which means Tomorrow, one passage on public administration is going to come. Your pub ad knowledge should not be applied here. Tomorrow, one knowledge on tribe is going to come or society is going to come. Your sociology knowledge and anthropology knowledge should not be implemented here. Something on environment or geography is going to come. Your geography knowledge should not be applicable here. Something on disease is going to come. Your medicine knowledge should not be applicable here. Something on semiconductor comes. If you are an electronics engineer, that should not be applied here. You should read only from the passage. Whether the passage is told or not told. The biggest problem is student does not read this line. And answer from there. Article 21. Did I ask you Article 21 is applicable here or not? Did the article spoke about it or not? That's all with respect to it. So write it one more rule in your notebook. Copy paste the second line of UPSC direction. Your answer to reading comprehension, should be based on passage only. Put an important symbol mark into dot or circle board school. It's the most important rule here. Right? Shall I move? Great. So we have read the statements. We'll read the passage now. Right? Shall I start? You are with me? Right? Starting the passage. Don't read in a intention that you will come back to the passage multiple times. No. You are going to read the passage only one time. So for that, you have to learn the language in a better way. Right? You are reading this paragraph one time, number one. Number two, when you read 2 to 3 words, summary has to be written. Understand it there and there. More importantly, underline and circle adjectives, specific words, specific schemes, because we told one rule there. If specificity is being there, it can be wrong. Right? So if there is anything specific, circle it, underline it. Don't underline entire paragraph. You have to underline maximum of 5 to 6 words in a paragraph. Unless otherwise, the paragraph is for 1 page. Are we comfortable on that? In the paragraph, I have 3 words underline. I have underlined only 3 words. You can underline as many words you want. Right? You will come back to this stage with number of question papers solving. Comfortable on that part? Shall I move? Right? And always, as I told multiple times in the test, a preliminary question paper is like the first day of relationship. When you go into the first day of relationship, the opposite gender will say something, right? Even if the same gender, if you are interested, I can't step into your logic, right? The opposite person is going to say something and you will take the notes in your memory. You can't write it down in your notepad, right? I like the black color, but I don't like the red color. From that day on, you will wear only black color dress, never even have red color dress in your wardrobe, no? Till the breakup happens. From the day of breakup, you will give up all black and buy only red. Right? So get all important informations, whichever is there. Let it be preliminary, let it be mains, let it be interview. It is the first day of relationship. Or in other words, 100% attention inge mattumda irukum. If attention moves out of the paragraph, you don't get the answer. Right? Are we comfortable? If you are a person who is using a social media, especially watching the reels, shorts, right? I would suggest you and request and beg you even, at least for the next 3 months, don't look into the shorts. Yeah? It is hooking you for 50 seconds. And that also, we were asked by the team to make shorts. Video 41 seconds. We have been given the marketing person told, 5 seconds, 60% of the people dropped the syrup. So you should give a hook in the 5 seconds. I said, I don't want that. I will speak in my manner. What can I do in 5 seconds? So some hooks, sir. Can I jump from this building to the bottom? One hook will be created. They said only 20% of the people stayed till the end. That 20% is sufficient for. I don't want anyone who is been asking some dramatic appearances. Your generation is spoiled because of the social media reels and shorts. Learn to watch for a long format video without getting attention. Keep your mobile phones in silent. Not even in vibration mode. Right? Settings background refresh. Stop the background refresh for all your social media. So what will happen? Whenever you open the social media only, message will come. I always have my WhatsApp in that manner. Now open panna varum. Unless otherwise it won't come with respect to it. Learn to do that. Starting with respect to it. 100% attention here. Right? If you're worried whether your boyfriend or girlfriend will break up with you, it will certainly will happen. Don't worry. It will certainly will happen. Right? Shall I move further? We often hear about the conflicts among different states in India over river waters. Of the 20 major river systems, 14 are already water stressed. 75 of the populations live in water stressed regions, a third of whom live in water scarce areas. Important. Whatever you feel important, underline it. Right? For first few things. Underline. Underline. I want you to underline. Whatever you feel important, when I'm reading out, you have to underline. Right? It's more important on that part. Then only you can skim through the underlined words after reading the question again. Then you'll have to come back again and again. Climate change. Shall I start? Second statement. Climate change. The demands of rising population and the need of agriculture to keep pace and increase rate of urbanization and industrialization will exacerbate water stress. According to the Constitution of India, water is a state subject and not that of union, except the regulation of interstate rivers. Key to ensuring balance between competing demands of various stakeholders is a basin-based approach to allocate water among the constituent regions and states. Allocating fair share of water to them requires assessments based on objective criteria such as specificities of river basin, size of dependent population, existing water use and demand, efficiency of use, projected future use, etc., while ensuring the environmental needs of the river and aquifer. Shall I proceed? We'll read the statements one by one and eliminate. I will never start a statement with A. That has never been my choice. I always start the statement when I read, let it be UPSC, Civil Service, GS or CSAT. I'll always start from T. Because for me, if what I have done in my first attempt is, if A looks possibly correct, I have ticked it. Also, there has been a rush to go on. So I have done it in the practice test in my first attempt. So a senior taught me, start from D. Why? Because you will always believe there is A. No, A. So there is a first option is still there, right? So I always start from D. I'm going to do that with you, right? D. To mitigate water crisis. By any chance, have they used the word water crisis here? In the question paper, in the statement, any place as the word water crisis is being used, crisis as a word solirkangla. Yes or no? All you are going to say me is, I will pick words and I will ask you a question on whether it is available in the paragraph or not. You have to tell me, yes, it is in the paragraph. No, it is not in the paragraph. That's all. Why? We said universality one rule. Only mentioned in the paragraph can be an answer. Water stress is discussed in the paragraph. Water crisis is not discussed in the paragraph. Stress is different. Crisis is different. Are we comfortable? To mitigate water stress, circle the word water stress. Why are we circling? It is not mentioned in the paragraph. We are telling ourselves. Water demand of the sectors such as agriculture and industry. Is the word industry is mentioned? Yes. Industrialization is mentioned. Agriculture is mentioned? Yes. So these are trapped. Somewhere they have mentioned agriculture, somewhere they have mentioned the industry. Water stress is mentioned. If you have not read it clearly and underlined clearly, you confuse water stress with water crisis. Stress can lead to crisis. For some, stress is different for some to another. In a region, if I grow millet, stress can be there. In a region, stress cannot be there. In a region, if I grow rice and sugarcane, water stress will be there. Comfortable on the part? Crisis is altogether different. Such as agriculture and industry should be reduced. Is there a word reduced is ever mentioned in the paragraph? Word reduced is not mentioned in the paragraph at all. Circle the word reduced. So you're eliminating the statement because water crisis is not mentioned. The water demand of the sector should be reduced is not mentioned as a concept. So E, D is eliminated. Near to the D, I will write the word. I write the word E and T. Why? elimination, trap statement. Right? So you have to understand which is elimination, which is a easy elimination, which is a trap and elimination. Right? Because they have changed the water stress into water bases. See, water channel between the regions of water surplus regions and water deficit regions. Ever they have spoke about anything called interlinking of river? Moving from deficit to surplus? Nowhere. Is it an easy elimination? Yes. Go back to your rules. What did we mention is the initial rules with respect to it? What is not mentioned in the paragraph? Next rule would have been mentioned. Opposite and contradicting the paragraph. Third rule is what is not mentioned in the paragraph, eliminate it. That's the actual statement I told, no? So C will be eliminated. It's an easy elimination, not a hard elimination. We discussed 2 is easy elimination, 1 is a trap. In this, 2 traps are there, right? B, all river systems of the country. Did the paragraph speak about all river systems or only 20 major river systems? 20 major river systems. So all makes the statement wrong. Circle the word all. You can eliminate. But still, there is a trap. Where is the trap? All river systems of the country should be linked and huge aquifer can be created. Is the word aquifer mentioned in the paragraph? Last word of the paragraph is aquifer. But nowhere they said all river systems, nowhere they said they should be linked. Interlinking is not being discussed. So all will be circled, linked will be circled, eliminate. What is the answer? Is this now? I have to prove, no? This has been there. A nation pragmatic legal policy framework for water allocation should be made. Now look into the last few lines in the paragraph. From key to ensuring balance, right? Key to ensuring balance between competing demands of various stakeholders is a basin-based approach to allocate water amongst the constituent regions and states. Allocating fair share of water to them requires assessment based on objective criteria, such as specificities of river basin, size of dependent population, existing water use, demand, efficiency of use, projected future use, while ensuring environmental needs. Now look at the positive rules. What does the positive rule say? Broad, progressive, positive statements. Right? The entire paragraph is speaking about make a policy. Answer can be correct here. Comfortable? Shall I move further? Now, if you want to read the question, which one of the following statement best reflects the most rational, practical, and immediate action required to ensure free and equitable allocation of water to different stakeholders? It did not speak about something called what is available in the paragraph. It is asking you to take a course of action. Ethics Mari, they are asking you to take a course of action, decision to be made by you. So that is why it is not mentioned in the paragraph, but still answer is A. You get the logic? This is like an assumption based question. So positive rules are applied here. Is it easier or hard? Easier. We'll see all reading comprehension question, at least some 10 reading comprehension question. I want you to attempt other reading comprehension questions in your home so that we will finish it at 1:30 also, the same time period, you will have a clarity, right? I'm not going to attempt all 26. We'll attempt at least 10. I will teach you what 2 has to be picked and what 2 should not be picked. That tough question, no? You take all 13 or 12 years of whatever UPSC question has been done. Same way the questions are flipped, right? Second question. I will read this. Right? From the third question, you will read someone. Right. What should we do? Start with respect to the statement. You understand why I am reading the statement? So that it becomes easier. When I read the statement of water linkage, nowhere water linkage is given. So if you are good in it, when the statement is completed and the paragraph is completed, you would have straight away came and eliminated C because water linkage is not being spoken. Right? Are we comfortable on that part? Do you understand? Question number 2. So in this question, we are going to try this. We'll read the statement, we'll read the paragraph. Without looking into anything, your mind should tell me what can be eliminated because something not mentioned in the paragraph should be there. Something more specific not mentioned in the paragraph should be there. Some contradicting opposite opinion of paragraph should be there in the statement. Right? Statement number 1. Education system must be strengthened in rural areas. Right? One more thing we'll try in this question. Underline statements also. Whatever the keyword that is available in the statement, learn to underline. Right? Education system must be strengthened in rural areas. What will be the keyword here? Education is a general word. Rural area. So it says rural, urban, state level, district level, panchayat level, national level, international level, school level, only private school level, only government school level, only primary school level, only secondary school level, higher education level, college level, PhD level. How many are there? Education system is one education system. Strength, you will always speak about strength, strengthening the system. Idallam priority, yeah? You have to find which word is the priority. Get the logic? Rural is the priority. I will underline the word rural. Large scale and effective implementation of skill development program is the need of the hour. Which is the priority word here? Skill development. Large scale improvement, effective implementation, program, need of the hour. General words. Skill. Third statement. For economic development, health and nutrition of only skilled workers needs special attention. What is the important words here? Only skilled workers, not skilled workers. Earlier spoke about skilled workers. This one speaks only skilled workers, which means this paragraph should speak something about only skill. Ignore all other people, right? Special attention is another important word. For rapid and economic growth as envisaged by us, attention should be paid to health and nutrition of the people. What is the key word here? Health and nutrition. Do you understand how to underline, how to pick the words and underline? Yes. Now we'll go to the question. More than half of Indian women and almost a quarter of Indian men of working age suffer from anemia. According to the studies, is there anything relevant to this question? No. So will you underline any word from this particular first statement? No. Logic purida, right? That is why I did not underline anything on the paragraph. Where I will underline? When skilled comes, when health and nutrition comes, skill development comes, rural comes, I will underline. This is reverse engineering. In this mechanism, you will not underline every single word. But in first paragraph, you will have underlined multiple words. Get the logic? So for each and every question we go on, I will enable you some ways. So 5 question for 5 questions, if you go on, you will understand, oh, this is how reading comprehension has to be studied. For that, all you need to know is how to read English, what is the meaning of English, and how to comprehend. And most important thing is attention, common comprehension. Right? Next. According to the studies, there are anywhere between 5% to 15% less productive than they could be as a result thereof. Anything that is mentioned in the statement? No. Don't underline anything. India also has the largest tuberculosis burden in the world, costing 170 million work days to the country annually. Do you have to underline anything? No. But what is just as important as lost productivity now is lost potential in the future. Lost productivity now is lost potential in the future. If they speak about productivity, potential, future, present, no. It is becoming increasingly clear that on many measures of cognitive ability, malnourished Indian children perform 2 to 3 times worse than their adequately nourished peers. By any chance, is there anything relevant to the statement? No? Okay, let's keep it as no. Most of you are saying no, some of you are saying yes, A or S. Let's keep it as maybe, right? Coming back. For an economy that will be dependent on highly skilled workers, this poses a significant challenge, and it is one that really should be addressed given in the India's democratic outlook. Is the highly skilled workers has been mentioned? Yes? We know how many students I know picked the answer C. Like 90% of the students I do know picked the answer C for this question. Why? Highly skilled worker is mentioned there. Skilled worker is mentioned here. Answer is C. What does the statement says? Read the statement. For an economy that will be dependent on highly skilled workers, this poses a significant challenge. Never they said skill development has to be created. B is not an answer. Never they said for economic development, health and nutrition of skilled workers needs an attention. சொல்லவே இல்லை. C statement is a trap. You understand? What is the easy way to eliminate? Which of the 4 statements can be eliminated? Which one of the 4 statements can be easily eliminated? No. C is a trap. Rural areas. Nowhere the paragraph spoke about. Rural area. A is eliminated. Eliminate A. Then, sir, skill development is not spoken in the paragraph. Skilled worker is spoken in the paragraph. So, can I eliminate B? Large scale and effective implementation of skill development. Sir, I do not know. No, sir. Still, I am feeling confused in that particular part. Nowhere skill development is spoken. Nowhere implementation as a word is there. Large scale is there. Nothing is been available. Comfortable? C, it says only skilled worker. The paragraph is speaking about women. The paragraph is speaking about children. The paragraph is speaking about multiple people. Then only our skilled worker will be taken into considerations. Right? Keep it in mind. 4. For rapid economic growth as envisaged by us, attention should be paid on health and nutrition of the people. Or the entire paragraph is speaking about health and nutrition. Tuberculosis, loss of productive hours. Indian women suffer from anemia, right? And after that, they are speaking about malnourished, cognitive ability of the children. The cognitive ability of the children and malnourished children is lesser than their counter peers. Indian women who has been anemia is 15 to 5% less productive in manner. What is the answer? D, Delhi is the answer. Right? So, near to the C, write it down. Trap. Why you should know the trap? அப்பதான் eliminate பண்றதுக்கு easier. You should know that is a trap. Why it has been a trap? They are speaking about only skilled worker, health and special attention. Is it follows any of the rule that we mentioned? What is the third rule or second rule in your reading comprehension? Go back and see. We have split it into negative rules. Within the negative rules, second rule, very specific statements has to be eliminated. Is it very specific? Health and nutrition of only skilled workers need attention. And the ruling apply. Right? You have to memorize every single rule by heart. Every single time, put a check box and say that this rule B is contradicting. Eliminate. Important. This is like, I should not tell the word, but I'm telling the word. This is like mathematics. Because I don't have any moral right to speak about mathematics. If somebody reads mathematics, I would have told all the time period in my geography, optional and GS classes. They either look like a god to me or alien to me. I don't believe in both. So I don't believe in mathematics also. Shall I move further? Yes? Shall I proceed further? So C is a elimination, specific statement. B, skill development, they have not spoken. So again, your negative rules. What is the first rule? Only mention should be taken. Universality should be taken. Eliminated. Rural area was not mentioned. So when you read the statement, underline keywords in the statement, read the paragraph. Some 1 or 2 statements will be with words which is not available in the paragraph, eliminated. You will be stuck in 2 statements. Within the 2 statements, now you have to identify trap. Inga trap irukku identify pannum. You understand the course of action? Yes? Easy to eliminate. Do it. This is very easy to eliminate. This one will be easy to eliminate. Do it. Stuck between 2. Identify the trap. Identify the answer. You know, do a course of action. You have to follow the course of action. Are you comfortable on the part? Write it down. Write down the course of action. Completed? You go on to the third question. At the end of reading all the statements, you are going to tell each statement what is the keyword. At the end of reading the entire paragraph, We're going to tell in the entire paragraph what is the keyword, right? I want you to underline maximum 3 to 4 words in the paragraph, 1 or 2 words in the statement. Right? We'll do one more activity in this question, which is the entire statement has been given. Let's say this is the entire statement is been given. This is passage 1, no? Or you go on to passage 2, environmental problems. What is this? Okay, question has been changed. Okay, this entire thing has been given, right? In the exam, I used to do this. And I write it as U. Universality is been there. Or I write it as A. Answer is here. Because I have already read the statement. So I should find answer in this area, not answer in this area. Or in this case, I will write answer in this area. So what will happen? If I want to read it one more time, I won't read the entire paragraph. I will read only few statements with respect to it. This we are going to apply in the question number 3. Right? Step by step, right? Are we comfortable with all the rules that we applied till the question number 2? Third, we will add one more layer towards it, right? Statement A. Again, none of the time period we read questions, right? You can counter verify in your UPSC. Adaptation to climate change and mitigation response are basically the responsibilities of government. Second statement. Climate change causes a change in government policies regarding land use patterns in country. Risk perception of farmer are important for motivating them for taking adaptation decisions. Since mitigation is not possible, government should come up with policies for quick response to climate change. If you have underlined the word climate change, leave you, because entire 4 statement speaks only about climate change. So you should not have underlined anything on climate change with respect to it, right? Within that, what is the keyword is the question. First statement, what is the keyword? Responsibilities of the government. That's a keyword, right? Second statement, what is the keyword? Regarding land use pattern. Third statement, risk perception of farmer. And one more keyword can be underlined here, adaptation decisions, right? These can be the keyword. Fourth one, what is the keyword? Mitigation is not possible. That's a keyword. Comfortable? If you are with me, well and good, right? Or else learn to do it over the questions, right? Now we are going to the paragraph. In India, majority of farmers are marginal, small, less educated, and possess low adaptive capabilities to climate change, perhaps because of the credit and constraints. I'm not underlining anything here, right? And also do remember, you don't have to underline something which is a fact which you do know. Marginal of farmers are small, and in the earlier paragraph, water is a state subject, not a central subject, and it is central will come only in interstate water disputes. You should not go into, your mind should stop there. The beauty of that, your mind should stop there. Your mind should not go to water tribunals and all, because paragraph did not speak about water tribunals. Get the logic? Next. So one cannot accept autonomous adaptation to climate change. State none of the things spoke about adaptation as a word in the statements. Even if it was possible, it would not be sufficient to offset losses from climate change. To deal with this, adaptation to climate change is paramount alongside a fast mitigation response. Will you underline anything here? Alongside fast mitigation response. So which statement you will straight away eliminate and say this is not an answer? D. Paragraph number mudikave illa. You have not completed the paragraph yet, right? If by any chance I say something in Tamil, I will reiterate in English also. I will try to reduce it in whatever that I'm saying in Tamil to people of online. But if I say anything that is involuntary, right? I will reiterate in English. I have not completed the paragraph, but before completing the paragraph, I'm eliminating an option, right? Good. Another solution is to have a planned or policy-driven adaptation, which would require the government to come up with a policy recommendation, right? Is there anything that has been, I will underline here? Government. Because first statement is speaking about government. This is also speaking about government. So, as a, in the Time of exam, what will you do? I will underline the word government here and I will put one box here because this can be a statement. I do not know it. Assume that I do not know it. This can be the A statement. This is already eliminated. So B and C, I have to find answer. If that is not mentioned anywhere, no problem with respect to it. Till now, I have already underlined land use, responsibility of government, risk perception of farmer, adaptation decisions. What is this? Mitigation is not possible. Here they said mitigation is possible. Here they have used the word adaptations, right? So the word adaptation is still available here. And then land use is not mentioned with respect to it. I'm moving further, right? But adaptation is not coherent here. They are speaking generally here. So I am not put a box. Perception is necessary prerequisite for adaptation. Will I underline any word here? Perception. Why? The third statement speaks about risk perception of a farmer. And it is also saying perception is necessary for adaptation, right? So can the answer C can come from here? I do not know it. I'm just making a possibility. Next, whether farmers are adapting agriculture practices to climate change or not depends on whether they perceive it or not. Super, sir. So I make this box again and write C here because they are speaking about farmer. They are speaking about perception. Whether farmers will adapt or not is based upon their perceptions. All this has been mentioned. Great. However, this is not always enough for adaptation. It is important how a farmer perceives the risk associated with the climate change. Okay, makes the entire box even more bigger. Completed? So if you want to read it again, this part you are not reading. You are saving the time. But I don't want you to read the question twice. I want you to read the question only one time. Even if you go on to read with respect to it, if you are struggling with the language, don't worry. You can't wait for one more year to attempt the question paper. We are categorizing into parts. Second time, if you want to read, you read only the specific statements, right? D is eliminated. Have they spoke about land use anywhere in the paragraph? No. So these two are easy elimination. How will you eliminate? Circle the word land use. When you're reading for the first time, only underline. When you are coming to the answer, circle it. Circle the word land use. So elimination has been done. Circle the word mitigation is not possible. Elimination is done. Answer lies between A or C. Comfortable? Yes? Now, look into the first statement. Adaptation and mitigation. Adaptation to climate change and mitigation response. Both adaptation and mitigation has been discussed, but that's not the keyword. What is the keyword? Responsibility is the keyword. The paragraph speaks about responsibility of a government. Paragraph does not have a word called responsibility. புரியுதா வார்த்தை எவ்வளவு முக்கியம்னு reading between the words with one word responsibility. I'm circling the word responsibility here and I'm going to eliminate A. A is going to be eliminated. When A is eliminated, right? Large tip, what can I use? Right? A will be eliminated. Answer will be C. Risk perception of a farmer is important for them, for motivating them, for taking the adaptation decisions. Answer will be C. Right? Now look at the question. Which of the following statement best reflects the logical and rational message conveyed by the author of the passage? Anything hard here? Only thing you will have to learn is apply these rules, memorize the rules, apply the rules, read the statement, read the question one time, go into it, complete the answer. Right? We'll try this in 2024 and 25. But when I go into 24 and 25, I will not be this slow. I will not reiterate the rules. Doesn't make any sense to us. Shall I move? Now. Yes, sir. Question asked for the online purposes, right? Students, there is a student who asked in the offline, why are you not reading the question? Not required. If it is required, I will do it. For an example, when I take the map classes, no, I always tell them to not to memorize the capital city of a particular country in a world map. Why I am not asking them to not read it? Not required. If I have to speak in the words of Nesamani, நீங்க எடுக்கிற ஆணி எல்லாமே தேவையில்லாத ஆணி தான். அதனால தேவை. right? Second thing, whoever has taught me or whoever would have taught you, right, would have taught you in a way that inference means this logic has to be followed. Assumption means this logic has to be followed. Imply means this logic has to be followed. Statement, author, corollary, they would have given multiple things. Nothing is applicable here. Answer comes automatically. You're doing a reverse engineering of it. Why do I have to read the statement? Why do I have to read the question? I will read the question when the word assumption is being asked. Because there, all positive rules has to be applied. And all of it. Clear with respect to it? Shall I move? Now, we already discussed one rule. You go on the flow of UPSC pattern. So I'm not going to skip the reading comprehension. We'll look into the mathematics. Fourth question. And I'm not good in mathematics. Right? So I'm not going to tell you answers and all. What we are going to look into this mathematics, aptitude, reasoning, all this logical deduction part is whether to touch a question or not to touch a question. Will you touch these three questions? All reading comprehension? Yes? How many you have to touch in one set? 4 to 5. Which means minimum one question you have to touch from this. Maximum 2 questions you have to touch from this. 7 la 1 la 2 தான் தொட right? So what will you do? Will you pick the 4th question, 5th question in an order, or will you glance over the question paper and see which is the most easiest, very easy one, and pick that 1 or 2 question alone? Leave the other questions. Don't even read the other question. Go to second set. That's what we are going to do. Comfortable? Do you identify the logic? Just to glance the question paper and identify what is the most easiest. What is most easiest? Path only answer the. If you look into the question paper, if you look into the question, you should have an answer. Or in other words, you should not take a piece of paper, put your pen into the piece of paper, solve it down to find an answer. Read it, answer should come. That is called most easiest. Even if they say direction, right to left, answer has been done. That way questions are blood relations, easier. Mirror images. No, sir, all words is given. I have to write all single word and look into the mirror image of it. No, don't touch it. Second round is still there. Those 20 questions I will attempt. Leave it and go on. 1 minute, less than 1 minute question is easy question. That alone we are going to touch. Right? I have told it in multiple ways. Not deriving, not using formulas, not more than 1 minute. 100% answer will come. More importantly, you are comfortable on the table. Right? Raj has 10 pairs of red, 9 pairs of box white. They are asking about something called probability. I believe so. Random is a word has been picked by men. I have not seen the question. I am not good in probability. Go on. Next. 5th question. In how many ways a batsman score exactly 25 runs by scoring single runs, 4s and 6s only, irrespective of the sequence of scoring shots? Not possible. Leave it. Go. There are 4 letters, 4 envelopes. Exactly 1 letter is to be put exactly in 1 envelope with the correct address. If the letters are randomly inserted in the envelope, then consider the following statements. Not easy. Huh? Okay, fine. If one of you say not easy, I will leave it. Don't worry. Move on. 7th question. What is the remainder when so and so is divided by 100? Easier. Numbers easy. If there are too many numbers, too many facts, too many informations are there, I will not touch the question. Either I will go to the second round or I will go to the third round, which is retirement, post-retirement. If too many facts and too many details are there, what do you have to do? Multiple stakeholders always make the discussion complicated. So it is not possible to do one. We wanted to keep either the test in 1 day or 2 days combined with respect to it. Bipartition with respect to it. We discussed multiple ways. Me and Bala sir. Poll podalama. Enna pannalam. We derived 10 possible ways. And then finally, it will create more complication. Finally, what did we say? 2 days once test will be conducted. When more factors step in, complication will be more. Ignore the question. 8. What has been there? 5, 7, 2, 4, 2 to the power of. Post-retirement. Don't touch it. In the conference, you know. Sir, I attempted only 3 questions. This guy is saying, don't touch, don't touch, don't touch, don't touch. That confidence has to be there. Clearing the prelim CSAT is very easier. 9th question. If A, B, C, D, E, C are 3-digit numbers, such as A, so and so, 0-digit numbers, what is the value of all plus? Easier or tough? Tough. Leave it. D is a 3-digit number, such as the ratio of the number to the sum of its digit is least. What is the difference between the digit of 100th place and the digit at the unit of place D? Easy or tough? Tough. Leave it. Go to the second set. If you say all 7 is tough, leave it. Go to the second set. If you find at least one is easy, attempt it. In this, you have to do something. What I would have done is, I would have striked 7, I would have striked this 8, I would have kept this 4, 5, 6, 9 also maybe I would have striked. Is 9 easy or tougher? Tough. 9 also I will strike it, and then I will keep other 4 questions, which is 4, 5, 6 and 10 for the second round. In give a first round, in this place itself, you will have to identify which is your third round questions. You get the logic? Pakka? I'm going to the second set. What is the problem? This stuff, assume that this set is tough set. One more set will be easy set where you will attempt 6 questions on this part. Not a problem. Right? Going to the second set. Question number 11. Right? Can someone of you read? Letter படிக்கிறீங்களா? Right? இது ஒரு box open ஆயிருக்கேன்னு பார்த்துக்கோ. உட்காந்து. Start with the statement and then the question. Read all 4 statements in one fold.
We need to go down or pay for pollution in future.
Okay. What will be there? For the people who are online, you will have to, not would have been heard. We'll start again.
Statement A. Businesses that cause emissions may need to close down or pay for pollution in future. Statement B. The only solution is technological development related to the issues of climate change. Statement C. Waiting to deal with carbon emissions until technology improves is not a wise strategy. Statement D. Since future technological change is uncertain, new industries should be based on renewable energy sources.
What would be the important words in each statement? Statement A.
Pay for pollution in future.
Close down or pay for pollution. Future like that. Close down or
pay for pollution.
Second statement.
Only solution.
Only solution is
Technological development.
Statement C.
Deal with carbon emissions.
Until technology improves, either that can be there. Not is an important word there. Not a wise strategy. Statement D.
Uncertain and renewable energy sources.
New industries. Right? Now we'll read the paragraph.
The emissions humans put into the atmosphere now will affect the climate in the middle of the century and onwards.
By any chance, this is discussed in the paragraph? No. Good. Next. Second statement. Second point. Second line.
Technological change, meanwhile, could make a future transition away from fossil fuels cheap, or it might not, leaving the world with a terrible choice between sharply reducing emissions at huge cost or suffering through the effects of unabated warming.
Look into this statement, right? This is a unique second line that you will be able to see compared with respect to the all other 3 reading comprehension. What is the uniqueness here? The statement is extremely long, right? Statement is extremely long. When long statement comes, you have no other choice. You can read it 2 times or learn to make the long statement into 2 statements, separate it and put it across. Right? You get the logic? Break the statements into 2 parts and put it across. Is there any word that is mentioned in the paragraph is also mentioned in the statement? What does the statement start with?
Technological change.
Technology is mentioned in the
second statement.
Second statement. This is also mentioned here. Technology. So I will underline the word technology. Right? But the second statement speaks about only solution is technology. Keep that in mind. Next statement.
Businesses that do not hedge against the threat of uncertain outcomes fail. The world cannot afford such recklessness on climate change.
So, which statements can be eliminated? Did the paragraph spoke about renewable energy? No. So, will you eliminate the statement D? Yes? Good. Did the paragraph spoke about clothes or pay for pollution? No. Eliminate it. Do you remember elimination strategies? Second part we spoke about it. Two statements are very easy to eliminate. Course of action அப்படிதான் எழுதணும். Two statements are very easy to eliminate. A is easily eliminated. D is easily eliminated. Now you are stuck between B and C. Right? Technology development is B. Waiting to deal with carbon emissions until technology improves is not a wise strategy. Sir, both are not mentioned here. இங்க தான் பிரச்சனை வருது. Problem starts here because C statement is not mentioned. Strategy is not mentioned. Wise strategy is not mentioned. Technology improves is not mentioned. But B statement, at least technological development is mentioned. So students will go with respect to B. But only technological development as a solution is never mentioned. So B is a trap. Big, long, confusing statements are always trap in UPSC. That is my observation. But I did not give it as a rule because things can differ, right? Observations has to be made by you, not made by. Rules are different, observations are different, right? Sir, where will you get the answer from it? Last two lines. Businesses that do not hedge against the threat of uncertain outcomes fail. The world cannot afford such recklessness in climate change. You can't have a recklessness. Before paragraph, you read it. Before statement, you read it. Technological change, meanwhile, could make a future transition away from fossil fuels cheap, or it might not, leaving the world with a terrible choice between sharply reducing the emissions at huge cost or suffering through the. So, this statement is speaking about a dilemma. Technology has not been there. You have to spend large amount of money to reduce the emissions, or don't spend on the technology, suffer with respect to it. One dilemma has been created. That is what the C statement is speaking. Businesses that waiting to deal with carbon emission until the technology improves is not a wise strategy. You have to take the strategy before itself. Right? You get the logic? Trap. That is why I asked you to write the course of action. Eliminate two easier one. Eliminate the trap. Fall on the statements. Do not find the right statement. Eliminate trap. Statement becomes right. Right? Next question. 12th question, right? In this question number 12, what is the question asked? Assumption is being asked, right? So before we start the assumption, let's read the positive rules one more time. Go back to the rules note, read the positive rules, and then we'll come back. What is the first positive rule says? Logically correct. Logic. We are not asking universality here. We are asking for the logic. Second one, broad, progressive, positive statements has to be there. It should be broad. So it cannot be specific, right? It is contradicting the second rule of your negatives, right? Comfortable? First statement is again contradicting to the first statement of your negatives. What is the first statement of negatives? Universality. Universality because assumption is what taken into consideration. So you can't go for universality. Third statement denotes positivity. Possibly, right? Nadakala. Maybe. Tomorrow something good can happen with respect to it. Hope. Right? Fourth one, avoid negative statements. All mind? Now look into the assumptions. We are likely to spend more money on cure than prevention. It is a job of the government to solve our environment and public health problems. Health can be protected even if the environmental problems go on unattended. Right? Loss of traditional lifestyle and the influence of Western values lead to unhealthy ways of living. Right? What and all you will underline? We'll start from D. What will you underline in D? Traditional lifestyle, Western value. Don't add anything traditional. Sorry, loss of influence. That and all is not required. Keyword, right? Identify the keyword. Traditional lifestyle, Western value. If the traditional lifestyle is mentioned in the paragraph, I will put one box there. I can even re-come back to this place. You get the logic? C. Health can be protected even if environmental problems goes unattended. Sir, entire statement is write a summary of one word. Health, tick, environmental problem into. Paniklama? Make one summary out of it. Can the summary can be made in that manner? Which means environment can go to hell, but health is more important. How contradicting the statement has been there. Great. It is the job of the government to solve our environmental and public problems. Job of government. Underlined. We are likely to spend more money on cure than prevention. More money on cure. Right? The problem in this assumption based question is all four statements are not mentioned in the paragraph. So the rule of universality can never be applicable. Get the logic? So now what we have to do? Positive rules has to be applied. Elimination should be focused. Leftover should be picked. And the leftover should be broad, progressive, positive, logical. Right? Look into the paragraph. Environmental problems cause health problems. Environmental problems cause health problems. Substantial changes in lifestyle can reduce health, environmental or health problems, but the idea appears almost impossible to adopt. Right? Look into the statement C. Health can be protected even if environmental problems goes unattended. What is the first statement says? Environmental problem causes health problems. So first statement and option C are contradicting to each other. So C can be eliminated. Right? All I have written in my notes is refer first statement. So you should always work on the question paper in a way that substantiating the question paper. Right? If you are going to say this policy is wrong, you should know why the policy is wrong. If you are going to say this government is wrong, you should substantiate why this government is wrong. Left, I am leaving it to you for you to assume. Shall I move further? Yes? Second statement in the paragraph. Substantial changes in the lifestyle can reduce environmental or health problems, but this idea appears almost impossible to adapt. So people are not ready to adopt it. With environmental problems, individual efforts can be perceived as having a negative effect and therefore lead to inertia. With health on other hand, individual choices can make the difference between life and death literally. And yet, barring a few, this is the most important word if you have not noticed, and yet, barring a few, there seems to be same collective lethargy towards making their choices. What does the entire paragraph speaks about? What is the summary for this paragraph? I want only the summary. What is the summary for the paragraph? Lifestyle changes can lead to improvement in health, but people are not adopting it. We made it in one statement. So now you assume. In such a scenarios, laws of traditional lifestyle and influence of Western values, does it by any chance is related? No. D is eliminated. Traditional lifestyle is circled. Western lifestyle is circled. D is eliminated. Health can be protected if environmental problems goes unattended. What are we saying? Lifestyle changes will lead to health benefits. C is eliminated. It is the job of the government to solve our environmental and public problems. Is there by any chance the word government is mentioned in the paragraph? No. E is eliminated. B is eliminated. Answer should be A. Sir, but I have to prove it. That answer should be A. With the one statement that you have written. Lifestyle changes lead to better health, but people are ignoring it. So, you will pay more for cure rather than prevention because you are sleeping at 2 a.m., staying on the Anna Nagar main road at 1 a.m., getting biryani, eating at 1 a.m. and 2 a.m., sleeping at 4 a.m. What will it lead to? Cholesterol will increase, BP levels will increase, liver will be spoiled, circadian rhythm will go away. Life. But if it happens, no problem, I will put tablet. No problem, I will take anti-cholesterol. Heart attack will come. I will do bypass surgery. But 1 o'clock, that sati biryani is more important to me. போயிரும் எல்லாம் போயிரும். Right? Answer is A. You would have been always taught by the society, soul is important, body is important. Soul இருக்கா இல்லையான்னு எனக்கு தெரியாது, but body is there. Only if body is protected, soul can be protected. Soul is something theoretic, body is physical. If your lung is gone, let's assume your lung is spoiled, liver is spoiled, kidney is spoiled, stomach is spoiled, ulcer is high, cholesterol levels are high, blood flow to the heart and the brain is not happening. Soul எப்படி நல்லா இருக்க முடியும்? How come the soul can be good? Protect the body. That's the most important thing. So sleep at 11. Don't eat after 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock. என்னது? What are you saying, la? Your body will celebrate you if you take decisions like that. Answer is A. Do you get the logic? You understand how assumptions has to be answered with respect to it? Positive rules apply panni, check boxes has to be ticked. Here also negative rules apply, answer will come. You memorize the positive rules and negative rules. Answer is clear. Is it a hard question? People make mistakes. You know what? People always come out of reading comprehension examination say, sir, I eliminated 2, stuck between 2 and made the mistake. Hey, eliminating 2, second standard kid will do. Your job is to identify the trap statement and eliminate. And the trap கண்டுபிடிக்கத்தான். Identifying the trap is the biggest thing. Getting the logic with respect to it? Is identifying the trap hard? No, right? Pakka? Next question. I'm not going to read the question. I'm leaving it to you. You read the statement, underline the statement, you read the paragraph, underline the paragraph, start eliminating, right? After that, tell which is easy elimination, which is trap and elimination, which is an answer. Next 2 minutes. I'm giving you 2 minutes. Just saying it is 2 minutes. If you're completed, fine. If not, work. Just saying. Shall we? Yes? Good. Statement A, we'll go step by step. Statement A, what is the important word? Universal basic income, poverty, elevation. Two words are there. Right. Statement B, what is the important word? Food-based nutrition. Right? Third, what is the important word? Genetically modified crops. Four, what is the important word? Fortifying foods, modern food processing. Right? Comfortable? Great. Now going to the paragraph. Many people are not eating the right food. For some, it is a simple decision to stick with the food that they enjoy, which is not too healthy. This is leading into an increase in non-communicable diseases. This in turn leads to major burden on our healthcare systems that have the potential to derail the economic progress, which is essential for the poor to improve their lives. For others, it is about limited access to nutritional food or lack of affordability, leading to monotonous diet that do not provide the daily nutrients for them to develop fully. Multiple times, the word nutrition or food-based nutrition is appeared on the paragraph. Great. Next, part of the reason nutrition is under threat worldwide is that our food systems are not properly responding to the nutritious needs. Somewhere along the long road from the farm to fork, there are serious duties taking place with respect to it. Entire paragraph speaks only about the nutrition. Did the paragraph spoke about something called genetically modified crops? C is eliminated. Did the paragraph spoke about universal basic income? A is eliminated. Did the paragraph spoke about fortifying the food? I'm still not doubtful, sir, because they are speaking about nutrition. Did they speak about modern food industries, technologies? No. Eliminate. Look into the B statement. What is B saying? Place the food-based nutrition at center of our policy debate. Answer has arrived. Question படிச்சீங்களா அதுக்கு? Did you read the question? No. You understand my biggest reason why I am saying that not to read the question with respect to it? இங்க process தான் முக்கியம். If you don't understand what UPSC is doing and how UPSC is setting the question paper, you are going to read it in a very wrong manner. Or if you are going to not understanding UPSC, you are going to mentor someone also in wrong manner. Process is the most important thing. Drive the entire preparation through process. Results are assured. Shall I move further? Great. Next. 14. Question number 14. Hard or tough? Always I look at the question paper in a way that hard. Why 14 is hard? Mathematics question, language letters are available. Differential calculus mari hathale gadupai enakkalam. I mean 11th standard and 12th standard, my biggest problem with mathematics is like we never had mathematics teacher in my 11th standard and 12th standard. No teacher was available in my school, right? And suddenly this will come. And then they will do this. Hey, this is English. Give me mathematics. I am very hard with respect to it. I am leaving this. I do not know whether it is easy for you or not. Is it easy or hard? Hard question? Oh, fine, leave it. Consider the following with respect to prime numbers. Again, language has been there, but is it easy or hard? If you find it easy, you find it hard. When it comes to reading mathematics, it is interpersonal. For some question will be easy. For some question is hard. So take the call based upon your interpersonal knowledge. Some mathematics are going to be easy to you, attempt it. Some mathematics are going to be hard to you, attempt it. Some people will find this letters, integral, calculus, differential and all very easy. For people like me, it is. It's going above my head. Right? 16. A 3-digit number. A plus B, B plus C. Easier or hard? Moderate. Second round. Near to the question, write it as 2. Question number 14. Tough. Strike it down. Strike it down. If you find it tough, strike it down. Learn it in the workshop itself. Right? Okay. 17. For any choices of value of x, y, z, the 6-digit number form is divisible by easy, hard, moderate. Easy. You can attempt it. 18th question. 125 identical cubes are arranged in the form of a cubical block. How many cubes are surrounded by other cubes from each side? Easy? Attempt it. 19. How many 8-digit numbers can be formed by arranging the digits of number 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4? Easy or hard? Easy, some, attempt it. Moderate, second round. Hard, some, don't attempt it. You can't go to the examination without reading the CSAT aptitude and reasoning. You have to read it. You have to understand. Why? To pick some 15 to 20 questions out of that. So you have to put an effort towards it. It's more important, right? All I am not teaching you is nothing I am teaching on mathematics. All I am teaching you on mathematics part is either to attempt the question or not to attempt the question. Attempt the question in first round or second round or post retirement. That's all I'm. Your mathematics aptitude teacher will teach it. Because as I told, either they are God or alien to me. So I have a respect to them, right? So listen to them how to solve the problem. Not on me. Not from me. 20 ABC work independently. Work and time. Yes. Second round at least. First round polama. Second round. Okay, go on the second round. Right? If you go on the first round, go on the first round. If you can't go at all, don't go. Right? But always understand some mathematics question. At least around 20 mathematics questions you have to attempt. Like basic numeracy. That also you can put effort on, which is the most important area. Right? At least a larger crowd of people said 2 to 3 questions easier, which means you are attempting 6 questions here. First round you attempted only 3 or 4 questions. Altogether 10 questions came in the 2 sets, which is 5. And you also picked 2 or 3 questions for, at least 2 questions for round number 2. That's all is required. Let's move on. Average out. Don't panic because in the first round, nothing has been. What if first set to you on the question paper, those 2 tough reading comprehension questions are given and other 8 tough mathematics are given? First set, 0 you are attempting. So what? Second set is there. Sir, second set is moderately tough. So what? Third set is there. Sir, third also seems moderately tough. Question paper turn the question paper around, go to 71 to 80. If they want to break you by psychological measures, you play them psychologically against it. As simple as that. We have a saying in Tamil. We'll use the hair to pull the mountain. I use the word hair. I'm very diplomatically correct. Let the mountain come or the hair go away. First 10 is tough. 70 is there. Moving to question number 21. Right? Let me wait. I will pick some questions and I will give you. And I want you to, okay, 21 you do it. After that 22 I will do it. Right? And then again we'll go on towards it. Right? I want you to do 21. Same logic. Statements, underline the important words. Paragraph, underline the important words. Eliminate easy 2. Eliminate the tricky one. Find the answer. 2 minutes. Try quicker. Shall we? But we need time. I'll wait. Completed? Then, shall we? We'll start with statements. What has it been asked? They are asking about some logical, rational implication conveyed by the message, not assumption. Okay. Glance will contribute. Looking into the question, glance, assumption or not, that's all you will have to look into it. Arbitrary curbs on vehicles to reduce pollution are difficult to implement. What are the keywords? Arbitrary curbs. One more keyword. Difficult to implement. Right? Second, knee-jerk reactions cannot solve the problem of pollution, but an evidence-based approach will be more effective. What are the keywords? Evidence-based approach, knee-jerk reactions. Both words. Third statement. Heavy penalty should be enforced on those driving without periodic pollution test. Penalty, pollution test. Right? Both the words can be used. Because some word will be mentioned there. So some can be used as a trap. I do not know whether they are mentioned or not. D. In the absence of laws to deal with the problems of pollution, the administration tends to make arbitrary decisions. What is the keyword? Absence of laws. So all of you are on the same page with me to identify which word is it. In the வார்த்தை மட்டும் தான் This words we are going to search. Right? Now the paragraph. To tackle the problem of pollution in cities, policy makers think. Can I read fast? Yes. I read in this speed in the examination also. To tackle the problem of pollution in the cities, policymakers think that the drastic actions like temporary use of odd even number schemes of vehicles, closing the schools, factories, construction activities, and banning the use of certain types of vehicles are a way forward, which means arbitrary curbs on vehicle are not difficult to implement, because the first statement says it is implemented, and it is also the government sees it as a way forward. So arbitrary curbs is not difficult to implement. So can I circle the word difficult and arbitrary curb and eliminate one? No, sir. It is still, I am stuck with respect to A. Let's wait. A is the tricky statement also. Trap also. Right? Even then, the air is not clean. Vehicles more than 15 years old comprise 1% of the total, and taking them off the road will not make any difference. They said that will not make any difference. They did not say it is not possible to take it off the road. So two different things. Banning certain fuels and car types arbitrarily is not proper. They said it is not proper. They didn't say it is not possible. Right? It is not proper. They didn't say it is difficult. Diesel engines produce more PM 2.5 and less CO2 than petrol and CNG engines. On the other hand, both the diesel and CNGs produce more nitrous oxide than the petrol engines. Nowhere I have to worry about it, because CO2, CNG, petrol, diesel, nitrous oxide is not mentioned in the statement. No one has measured the amount of NOx that the CO2, CNG engines are emitting. Arbitrary bans on vehicles that have passed mandatory fitness test and periodic pollution test are unfair. Right? Now, what are they saying? Arbitrary ban on vehicles that have passed mandated fitness test and the periodic pollution test are unfair. They have passed. What is needed is a scientific and reliable information about the source of pollutant on a continuing basis and the technology that will work to reduce the pollution from them. Right? In the absence of laws. Is there absence of law, or law is available? Have they mentioned anything about law? Have they mentioned anything about the presence of law or absence of law? So how can you say there is an absence of law or presence of law? You can neither say both. D is eliminated. Comfortable? Right? Good. C. A heavy penalty. Have they mentioned about penalty? but they have mentioned about pollution test, especially periodic pollution test. So you might find it, the word periodic pollution test is there, answer can be C, but they have not spoke about penalty at all. Circle the word penalty. Underline the word periodic pollution test. Near to the periodic pollution test, write the word trap, but circle the word penalty and say eliminated. In preliminary daily test discussion, we will discuss contradicting words, irony of words within the same sentences should be eliminated. That rule comes here, right? A, arbitrary curbs on vehicles to reduce pollution are difficult to implement, right? They said in multiple places it is unfair. They never said it is difficult. They even said it is not proper. They never said it is difficult. If you assume proper is difficult, if you assume unfair is difficult, these are two different things. What is difficult? For someone, slightly a problem will be there. For example, I will take an example of Vaishali. She is an IAS officer in Andhra today, right? She has a medical condition. She can't write faster the start of the day. Her body has to warm up and blood flow has to be high to write faster with respect to it. So morning test, she can't write faster at all. She will always leave some amount of questions. She writes list and then she draws diagram with respect to it because of the medical condition. All I told her is like, why can't you, when will you be able to write? If the blood flow is more, I can write faster. If there is a body warm has been there, I can write faster. Why can't you hold a flask which is slightly warmer from the outside? So body flow will become warmer, blood will be there. All the tests in the institution, in UPSC, she always carried a hot flask which can be warmer with respect to it. It was difficult to her, but she holded it, she wrote, she got 286. Still left one 15-mark question in geography option and got 286 in 2022. 286 in an option. It's difficult. There is nothing called unfair here. Unfair is different. Difficult is different. Difficult can be overcome. Unfair cannot be overcome. Proper is something different. Difficult is something different with respect to it. I can give you 10 examples like that. I do know people losing their father 10 days before and being an IFS officer in eastern part of Asia. Somebody with dengue, hospitalized, comes out 4 days before becoming a forest service officer in the state. If you find reasons to say, you will not complete the job. You have to overcome it. That's all, as simple as that. Shall I move? What is the next one? Where am I? Yeah. So A can be eliminated because the word difficult is not mentioned. Unfair is mentioned. Hard is mentioned. Proper is mentioned. Difficult is nowhere mentioned. Trap statement eliminated. Answer will be. Knee-jerk reactions cannot solve the problem of pollution, but an evidence-based approach will be more effective. Sir, where is it mentioned? What is the last line? Scientific and reliable information about the source of pollutant on the continuing basis and the technologies will work to reduce the pollution from them. So in that, if I am there, all I would have done is, right, I would have underlined words like, circle the words not clear, not proper, what else has been there? This and all I would not have touched. This part I would have boxed. Substantiate. Even when you pick answer here, if you have not boxed anything while reading the questions, when you are clicking here, before you shading the B, box this. Answer. So substantiate to yourself, prove to yourself. That is more important when you have to get conversion percentage. Conversion percentage increase, right? The next question, 22, a bit tricky. So I will take it, right? Always remember, when the paragraphs are small, questions can be tricky, right? Paragraphs are long, questions can be easier, right? This is the logic you always find in UPSC. Think about it in a manner. They give 5 statements and give you 1 question. They give you 10 statements and give you 1 question. Let me put across. Core economics, questions will be always easier because concept is tough. General economics, question will be factual and tougher because concepts are easier. Climatology, question is going to be tough because concept is hard, right? Anything based upon factual information, question will be easier. All I have to ask you is, Iran is surrounded by which of the following countries? You might not know. I don't have to make it harder and all. I don't have to ask you, Elbrus mountain, sir, Zagros mountain, one peak is there in the top of the peak. Nothing they will ask. When the concept is tough, questions are going to be easier. Paragraph is small. I will not touch it in the first round. Because paragraph is small. Possibly it can be moderately tough. Right? But still, if you want to read it, read it. It is an important agenda. They are asking about inference only, not assumption. It is an important agenda of the countries around the world to ensure access to good external financing. Good corporate governance improves the credibility of the firms. International capital markets ensure firms maintain good corporate governance. Good corporate governance paves the way for robust supply chain. What are the important words? Starting from D. What is the important word in D? Because in the entire statements, we have read multiple times the word firm, good corporate, corporate governance. So don't underline it. Other words has to be underlined because I assume the paragraph is going to be about good corporate governance or corporate governance. Robust supply chain is underlined. C. International capital market. Right? Anything else most can be underlined. Firms maintain good corporate governance. Firms maintain can be underlined. B. Bombay. Good corporate governance improves the credibility of the firms. Credibility of the firms. It is important agenda of the countries around the world to ensure access to good external financing. Access external financing. Right? Shall I move? Reading the paragraph. Good corporate governance structures encourage companies to provide accountability and control. A fundamental reason why corporate governance has moved into economic and political agenda worldwide as rapid growth in international capital market. Comfortable? There is a word called worldwide. International capital market. Comfortable? Effective corporate governance enhances access to external financing. External financing has to be underlined because external financing is already underlined in statement. By firms, leading to greater investment, higher growth and employment. Investors look to place their funds where the standards of disclosure, of timely and accurate financial reporting, and of equal treatment to all stakeholders are met. Then what and all can be eliminated? Starting from the D. Is supply chain discussed? No? D can be eliminated? Circle the word supply chain and then eliminate. When you do it first time, underline. But when you eliminate, circle. So you should know the difference between the two. Right? Second, all three is tricky. That is why it is moderately tough. Here, not 2 is easy, only 1 is easy. 3 are tricky. Why tricky? International capital market ensures the firm maintain good corporate governance. Can you eliminate or are you stuck? Mostly saying stuck. One says eliminate. Let me move further. Good corporate governance improves the credibility of the firms. But you cannot come to the answer without eliminating all. That's the most important rule in the entire CSAT paper reading comprehension. You eliminate 3 and then you pick the answer. Till then, answer is only maybe. Right? Only when you eliminate, answer comes. Right? First statement, it's an important agenda of the countries around the world to ensure access to external financing. Why it is trap, sir? External financing is mentioned in the paragraph that is available in statement number A. That we'll come to it. First, we'll understand why it is. External financing is mentioned in the paragraph, mentioned in the statement A. Good corporate governance and credibility are one way or the other is mentioned in the paragraph, mentioned in statement B. International capital market is mentioned in the paragraph, mentioned in C. Till now, we have not seen a question like this. Words mentioned in the paragraph and mentioned in statements. One statement we found. Now, all 3 statements is like that. Prida, in such a scenarios, leave it and go to next question. You can come back when you have a conviction that 40 questions are attempted. Out of 40, I can clear 27. Or conviction on them. When that conviction comes, you will have a calm and composed mindset. When you have a calm and composed mindset, you will work even better. Right? If you found the answer by your language skills and reading comprehension, good answer and go. I'm not saying everybody to go. If you are stuck, leave it and go. That time, if you have attempted 50 questions, then you can decide whether to touch the question or not even to touch the question. And again, it is purely interpersonal. Right? Now I will detect it. International capital market ensures firms maintain good corporate governance. Now we have boxed certain areas, so we'll go there and read. What is the second statement is in the paragraph? A fundamental reason why corporate governance has moved into economic and political agenda worldwide has been the rapid growth in international capital market. Corporate governance became the agenda because of international capital market. International capital market will not ensure corporate governance. One reason. Second reason, corporate governance is different. Firms' corporate governance is different. Do you understand the logic difference between the two? What do you mean by that? I give you a corporate governance. If you follow this SOP, then there will be a credibility. General theoretical statement. Firm corporate governance means one individual firm within that particular corporate is going to imply. I will give you an example from the historical examples. SEBI is an institution which has been there, which is giving you direction how you have to do it. But there are multiple companies here and there once in a while gives you an IPO with a wrong, plagiarized, manipulated data, and then after a few years we come across like Satyam or any of the examples. Firm corporate governance is different from theoretical corporate governance. Rendu vela eliminate. Right? Are we comfortable with respect to it? All I have written is two things. A leads to B, which is corporate governance is being included in the policy because of international market. International market cannot, capital market cannot tell you corporate governance is better. Right? Are we clear with respect to it? Shall I move further? Statement C is a trap, eliminated. Why it is a trap? Because they mentioned the word capital market. A, it is an important agenda of the countries that around the world to ensure access to external financing. Nowhere later one, and never it is said the word like agenda. Nowhere the world has an agenda for external financing. Eliminate the word A. What is the answer? Form B. Good corporate governance improves credibility of firm. How many of you ended with B? Good numbers? Thank you. You have to identify traps, then go on with respect to it. This question 23, again I want to do it, right? This question is a nice question. Not tough, not easy. It's a good question. Work with respect to it. Not even moderate. Question is not even moderate. Completed? Shall we? What is the question number? 83. After that, we are going to see 3 or 4 questions. With that, we will end the session. Right? I want you to work at home, and if you have any doubts, get back to us. Right? 23. Home range of elephants needs to be a vast area of rich biodiversity. What is the keyword? Home range. Elephants are keystone species and they benefit the biodiversity. What is the keyword? One more word. Benefit. Right? Rich biodiversity cannot be maintained in forests without the presence of elephants. What is the keyword? Without the presence. Elephants are capable of regenerating forests with species per their requirement. What is the keyword? Regenerating forests, more importantly, as per their requirement. Right? Sometimes the small words will give you meaning. Verbs are clan, nouns are clan, adjectives may be the case. As per their requirement. What is it saying? Elephant will decide what I have to regenerate. I will decide with respect to it. And that capable is being there. Right? Now, go into the question. Elephants are landscape architects, creating clearings in the forest, preventing overgrowth of certain plant species, and allowing them space for regeneration of others, which in turn provides sustenance to other herbivorous animals. What are the important words here? Regeneration of others, overgrowth of certain plants, sustenance to other herbivorous animals. All these are keywords. Right? Elephant eats plants, fruits, seeds, propagating the seeds when they defecate in other places as they travel. So what is the thing they are saying? They move from one place to another, seeds are defecated, which means, is there a migration possible? Yes. They are moving, seeds are eaten, defecation has been there. The seeds from the dung of an elephant will germinate. Right? Migration is possible. Elephant dungs provide nourishment to the plants and animals and act as a breeding ground for insects. Again, they are supporting the other insects, plants. In times of drought, they access water by digging holes, which benefits other wildlife. In every single place, in every single point, what is the one word summary you can say? It benefits other species. Or the summary. Right? If this summary is available, answer is produced. Right? Writing summary also, no? Learn to write summary. If I am not insisted also, in the meantime, you should write summary. Right? Have they spoke about home range? No, A is eliminated. Rich biodiversity cannot be maintained in forest without the presence of an element. They said elephant is supporting the other species biodiversity. But have they ever said if elephant is not there? Positive doesn't mean negative. Get the logic? Negative doesn't mean positive. That is why the question very clearly says only given in the passage. You will think that positive is equal to negative. Right? Don't think black and white. Right? Again, the question is also not assumption. If all other statements are wrong, if that statement alone is broad, progressive, and possible, then you take it as a different case altogether. C is eliminated. Elephants are capable of regenerating forests with species as per their requirement. I will tell you one logic. Human is the only species on the earth which does as per their requirement. No species on the earth does as per their requirement. That is why human is the worst species on the earth, including me. Right? Shall I move further? B, Bombay. What does it say? Elephants are keystone species. Sir, nowhere they said keystone species. What is the second part of the word? Benefits the biodiversity. Answer is Bombay. Right? You might go on with respect to saying that keystone is not mentioned, so B cannot be an answer, and positive is equal to negative, so C can be an answer. You would have derived on that part. That is why I wanted you to do the question. It is not easy and it is not even moderate. That's all. How many of you went with respect to keystone species statement? Good numbers? Fine, thank you. Now we go on to the next question. I want you to understand the pattern. Question number 30. Okay, we will do an exercise and then we'll go on. 24. Will you take it in the first round or second round? Second round. Okay, right near to it too. 25. First round or second round? First round itself we can do it. So whoever says first round, do it in the first round. 26, first round or second round? Third round. Third round, don't do it. Strike it down. 27. A number of n is formed by writing 9 for 99 times. What is the remainder of n if divided by 13? First round or second round? Second round. If you say third round, don't do it. If you say second round, do it at the second. Each digit of a 9-digit number is 1. It is multiplied by itself. What is the sum of digits resulting number? Don't do it. She says don't do it. Some say second, some says first. Whatever you find, do it with respect to it. Right? If you have a hardness with respect to mathematics like me, right, understand certain logical reasonings are there, deductions are there, easy things are there, time and scale, numbers based things will be there. At least read that, right? Put an effort, don't go without that. 30, ABCD is a square. First round, second round, third round. Too many requirements is there, either second round or third round. That's all. So I will be able to find one question at least in the first round. 4 comes with respect to it. We'll move out with respect to it. That's what. Why? If you do know you attempted 40 questions and 27 plus will be 100% correct. I am clearing the preliminary. Calm, composed mindset will be there. Take some more risk. 50 questions. Don't even attempt 60. Eliminate all and come to that. The logic is what every single time we are speaking is eliminate everything and come to that. Sir, in that also I do not know anything. We have mentioned out of 27, if you attempt 20, I'm happy with respect to it. So you have a choice of leaving 7 questions. In this question paper, that earlier question, the 3 statement tricky has been there, no? Most of the people find it tricky but get the answers, right? I don't say it is hard. There is one more question which is hard in this question paper. There are 2 usual hard questions are in this question paper. So there are 3 questions I would suggest people to leave. At least 2 questions to leave, 3 questions to leave. In that scenarios, 26 minus 3, you do have 23. Based upon individual preferences, another 3 hard will be there. Leave it also. You need another only 7 questions, right? But you have to attempt 20 plus max for your comfort zone. That's all we are trying, right? Going to question number 31 and 32. What is the pattern here? Assumptions will come to later. What is the pattern? 31, 32. 1 paragraph, 2 questions. So what are we supposed to do here? Read both the statements and then go to the question with respect to it. And they have also made one thing here beautifully, right? One question will be 2 statement question, another question will be 4 statement questions. So there are 6 statements towards it, right? Underline it. Then read the paragraph. That's all you will have to do, right? Shall I move further? Yes? Any doubts with respect to it? First statement is speaking about assumption. So what are you supposed to do? Positive rules, elimination, negative rules. Can you do this 31st question? Yes? We'll try few questions as of. I'll take till 1:31. Is it possible if I take for another 20 minutes? Yes? Akka? Do this question. 31. I asked you to do 31 or 32? Both. You're doing both. Okay, fine. Completed? Shall we? 31. What are the important points? What are the important terms in statement number 1? Government agency. Right? Statement number 2. Private sector enterprises. Right? Because all this will come in things. 32. What is the statement A? What is the important word? Is expensive, inexpensive. What is the statement number B? What is the biomethanation and most ideal way? Good. C. What is the important word? First step in ensuring success. D. What is the important word? Not adequate. Good. Go into the statement. In India, the segregation of municipal waste at the source is rare. At the source is rare. So they are saying, which is similar to that of 32, statement number C. Right? So underline it. They are saying it is not possible. They said it is rare. Recycling is the most informal sector. More than 3/4 of the municipal budget goes to the collection, transportation, which leaves very little for the processing, resource recovery, and disposal. What does waste to energy fit all those? All this. Ideally, it fits the chain after segregation, collection, recycling, and before getting into landfill. While technology is most appropriate in converting waste to the energy, depends on what is in the waste, biodegradable versus degradable, and its calorific value. Biodegradable component of India's municipal solid waste is little over 50%, and biomethanation offers a major solution in processing this. Right? Have they spoke about government agency? Should be with the government agency, which means should, not shall, not may be with the government agency. Second statement says, can be best handled by private sector enterprises. Answer is neither one nor two. Delhi is the answer. Completed? Good. Second, 32. Generation of energy from municipal waste, solid waste is inexpensive. Have they said inexpensive or expensive? Is there by any chance they said expensive, inexpensive? Statement is wrong. Eliminate. Not mentioned in the paragraph. D answer. Biodegradable component of India's municipal waste is not adequate. More than 50%. How will you say more than 50% is not adequate? D is eliminated. Bombay, biomethanation is the ideal way of generating waste. Did they say ideal way or major solution? Major solution is ideal. What is ideal? Best. Even if I have to say in way, ethical. That is what that has to be done. அதுதான் ஐடியல். இதுதான் பண்ணணும். அதுதான் ஐடியல். What is ideal is something that is supposed to do. Doing or not is a different thing. Supposed to do is ideal. It is never they said ideal. It's a major solution. There can also be other solutions. Ideal is different from major solutions. B is eliminated. Segregation of municipal solid waste is the first step in ensuring the success of waste to energy plants. That is what the first statement says. Segregation of municipal waste at source is rare. Bombay has been done. Is there anything hard? Instead of reading 4 statements, now you are reading 6 statements. Attention has to be slightly more. And they also made it easier, no? Private agency, government agency, nowhere mentioned. And they make it more, question will be easier most of the times, right? Now, I want you to read 33rd question alone. After that, we are going to read one more question. That's all. I want to read 33rd question. It is again assumption. One of the easiest question in UPSC. ரொம்ப பில்டப் கொடுக்காதரா அப்படிங்கிற பின்னாடி ஒருத்தர். Completed? Yes? Shall we? Okay. First point, 33rd question. Organic farming is inherently unsafe for both farmers and consumers. What will you underline? Inherently unsafe. Farmers and consumers are consumed, needs to be educated about eco-friendly food. Educated. Answer lies there, right? Read the statement. There is a claim that organic farming is inherently safer and healthier. It says claim. There is no proof. At the same time period, there is no proof to say it is inherently unsafe. Both are not available with respect to it. What is the statement? One says inherently unsafe. This one is either possible or not. The statement A1 says completely wrong, which is not true with respect to it, right? This is 50-50, that is 100% negative. First statement is correct or wrong? Wrong. Good. Second, The reality is still because the organic farming industry is still young and not well regulated in India. Farmers and consumers alike are not only confused. How many of you underlined confused? Thank you. Not only confused about the product, what is best for them, but sometimes use products in a way that harm them, right? So you don't have something called knowledge. Question is about assumption. And if you are confused, if you don't have a knowledge, what is the way to solve it? That is answered in this entire paragraph. B is correct. Answer is Bombay. How many of you went with Bombay or how many of you went with Delhi? Bombay. Good. Do you understand the differences? Here we are speaking about assumption. The word education is not available in the paragraph. That is a rule to be applied in questions other than assumptions. If there is a question on assumptions, you can't look into the rule of whether it is universality. You have to look into logics, possibility, broad statement, progressive statement, possible statements, assume things, understand it. Your inference, your decision making has to come with respect to it. I want you to do 60-second question. Before that, you'll see this 36 to 40, right? 36, a box containing these many number of boxes. Second round, hard round, don't want to attempt, your choice. If 0 is written as char, how is player written? First round. That is what you have to find, right? And don't go with these kinds of questions to the examination, because those kinds of questions will be only 5 questions in the entire paper. If you go only with these 5 questions, no, you can't clear the examination. So what you have to do is, some hard areas will be there, some tricky areas will be there, tough areas will be there. You can learn it for worst case scenarios. But some easy areas and moderate areas will be there. If you learn it, you will do it. Learn that so that you do it in first round and second round, right? So don't go with the knowledge like I will ignore mathematics. You can't do that at all. You have to learn, right? Next, consider the following. A is older than B. Easy, right? So some set will come like this. Average out will be there. Consider the following statement. 5 members, A and B, are married. First round, 3 questions we have taken already. 40. Choose the group which is different from others. Possible. 4 questions we have taken. Anga or 4 eduthutom. Reading comprehension. Reading comprehension 4 eduthoma, 5 eduthoma. 4 questions, 5 questions has been there in reading comprehension. No. 5 questions are there in reading comprehension. 4 questions are there with respect to your reasoning ability. 9 questions are picked from this set. First set we picked only 3 questions. 9 plus 3, 12. We have 60% margin now. Average out will come 50%. You have to trust the process, right? When will you trust this? When you start working like 10 years of question paper, you will trust like, yeah, this guy is correct. What Karthik sir said is applicable. So you have to work on it. Your rationality has to come more. Go to 41. Easy question. Again, one statement only. In that also they are given neither one, both 1, 2. Easy question, nothing to worry. 42 is a easy question. Reading comprehension wise. 43 is a easy question. I'm just skipping it, right? All this you do it in your home, and if you find hard, you come back to me. 44, don't come back to me with mathematics center. Go to your mathematics faculty. A principal P becomes Q in 1 year. 44th question. When compound half yearly, something they are asking about simple interest or compound interest. If you have learned it, if you do in the first round, do it. But still, I have to touch the paper. I have to work it out. I have to solve the problem. Second round. But most of the time periods in Delhi and all, when I say no, everybody will shout first round. How do you know? Because their ego of an engineer comes out. I will tell them second round. Shut and listen to me. Second round. Your engineer ego should not come out. Your mathematics ego should not come out. Why? You will have to sit and work it out. You, by any chance, you make one step wrong, answer goes wrong. If answer goes wrong, and if you pick an answer, something like, if for example, 6, 7, 8, 9 is given as an answer, you get an answer of 14. You will have to rework again. You will have to restart again. Time waste will be there. You invest more. Your ego comes in. You will settle to a wrong decision because you have invested time. That's the worst decision. I'm again telling you for your life. If anything wrong happens with respect to it, never think you will settle with the wrong. The best way to come out, legally possible, will be there. Break it, come out. It's always the right decision to do. Rather than saying that I have married, so I have to live together. Personal peace is more important. Trauma society has given to us. Right? 45. Is it easy? No. Fine, leave it. 46. I won't even ask the question Q, Q, R, R, P, P, X, Y, E. The moment you see it, strike it out and go on to it. Post-retirement question. That and all is post-retirement questions. 47. First round, second round, third round? Second round. Okay, go to the second round. What is the number of selection? 10 consecutive things out of 8, 12 in a circle can be taken in a clockwise direction. Second round, first round, do it in the first round. If today is Sunday, you would have derived some formulas and learnt on this particular thing. You can do it on first round, do it on first round. So look into it. Initial time periods, you are not able to pick more reasoning questions. Later time period, you are able to pick more reason. If somebody got a different set, for them, initial questions will be easier. Later questions will be hard, right? So never panic because one set is not known to you. Average out will be there. 50, 3 traffic signals. First or second round, you can do it with respect to it, right? Or if you find, if you're a person like me, too many numbers are there and everything is a close call, 4, 410, 420, 430, leave it and go on. What is the problem? I need only 50 questions. Do you understand the logic of choosing the questions of reading, mental ability and reading, mental ability, reasoning and aptitude? I want you to straight away go to 62nd question due to the time reasons. Don't do it. Follow me. They are asking about solutions implied in the passage. Great. Flexible environment is needed to develop solutions. What is the keyword? Solution is a question. But solution underline panna. Solution itself is a question. Why do you underline solution? Flexible environment. Household need customized solution. Customized. Innovations in financial technology are required. Innovations in financial technology. Comfortable? Now read this paragraph. Household finance in India is unique. We have a tendency to invest heavily in physical assets such as gold and property. Steps to encourage the financialization of savings are critical. A populace accustomed to the traditional process will not simply jump into financialization. Hurdles to change include onerous bureaucracy, a skepticism of organized financial institutions, a lack of basic information about which of the myriad services and providers is best for each family and how one can make the transition between them if necessary. First 4 lines, was it easier to understand? Last 4 lines, is it been loaded with words? It is not tough to understand. It's loaded with words, right? And you have to have a coherence of reading. You should be trained to understand editorials, like people like Shashi Tharoor. Did you have a clear understanding to write a summary out of it in 1 line? Yes, no. No. Leave the question, go. Leave the question. Why do you worry about it? Learn to leave. Fundamental part in both GS and CSAT. Vida kattukanum. Ellathiyum hold panna mudiyadhu. You can't hold everything in your life. You have to learn to leave something. You cannot hold ego in your life. You have to leave that ego. You are not losing, you are winning by leaving it. It's the most important part. You always have to remember. This question, if I am a student at your stage, I will not attend. I will leave and walk out. If I have time, the last 15-20 minutes folding the hands and sitting together, max is not known to me. I may take the question and try to weave a story out of it, see whether I can answer or not. If I get 100% conviction this is an answer, I will shade it in the OMR sheet, or else I will try to derive an answer, keep a dot in the question paper, not shade it in the OMR sheet, come out of the examination. Guilt? Guilt should come when you make mistake willfully. You are not playing that ball. When should the guilt should come? You are in the final cup, India-Pakistan or India-Australia, World Cup final. Ball is full toss ball. You are not timing the time and hitting it, and you have been caught in the square or pavilion with respect to it. You should have a guilt. One bouncer ball comes. I'm leaving the bouncer and waiting for the second ball. Should I have to have the guilt? I need 66 marks, 70 marks. We aim for 100 marks. Why should I attempt all the questions? Dhoni adi patrikla. First 15 ball, you will not touch anything. No problem. 16th ball will come. 90th ball will come. I have to hold on to the innings. I have to stand till the end. I have to play to my strength, not to my weakness. You will learn all those things. That's why I always love UPSC for one reason. UPSC teaches life, doesn't teach you question paper. It will teach you life. At my age, you will understand what UPSC has taught you in terms of life. It will always be a good thing. Without your knowledge, you would have been inculcated. Leave the question and go on. If you are able to write summary, attempt the question. Right? After attempting the summary, if you cannot eliminate the choices, leave the question. You are able to write summary, you are able to eliminate, you are able to select 100%, attempt the question. Come on. Dokubal. When you have been playing with respect to it, whatever the game, whatever the job you do with respect to it, you will have to do certain things. Some accidents will happen with respect to it. That's why we have 50, no? 30 we can still have a leaving. 60 and 20 is our percentage too. With mandate, we go inside the exam hall. If you arrive to these numbers, good. Only thing is your conversion percentage has to be high. Right? Shall I move further? Right? Till now, we have not seen any questions which are tougher. Those two mandatorily leaving questions we discussed, no? We have not seen it. Look at the question number 62. How does the question start? Household finance? Straight away it starts as household finance? Yes? Okay. How does the question end? What is the last word? If necessary? Then? Okay. Question number 63. How does the question start? I want you to be observable. Right? Within that. Starts as pharmaceutical. It ends as research. Great. Go to question number 64. It starts as India. It ends as privacy protecting. You take any of the questions till we have seen. It starts and it ends. It gives you a complete coverage. Now go to question number 72 and 73. Tell me the observation. How does the question starts? It starts with quotation. Those questions which start in UPSC, CSAT paper with quotations, every year there will be 2 questions. You take all 14 years, every year there will be 2 questions which will start with quotation. Those 2 questions, don't touch. Don't touch. I will give you one exercise. You take all 14-year questions, the 13-year questions, whatever available. All quotation questions you take. All quotation questions you try to solve. All years UPSC answer key you take, not any other answer key, only UPSC answer key. See it. It's not possible. It is confusing. It will take a longer time period. It is extremely hard. Right? For an example, read 73rd question. The last end of the state is not to dominate men, not to reframe them by fear. Rather, it is to free each man from fear, that he may live and act with full security and without injury to himself or his neighbor. Is there anything understandable? Is there anything retained? Is there anything statement, imagination, framework you can create? You should be Shashi Tharoor for it. I am not that. I am leaving the question. Depends upon you. Next, the end of the state, I repeat, is not to make the rational beings into brute, beast and machines. It is to enable these bodies and their mind to function safely. It is to lead men to live by and to exercise a free reason that may not waste their strength in hatred, anger and guile and not act unfairly towards one another. Okay, va? இதுக்கப்புறம் question பாருங்க. Based upon the above passage, which one of the following terms best express the ultimate goal of the state? Personal safety, health of body and mind, communal harmony, and liberty. Nice. Why to take the question? And UPSC is such a good soul, such a good soul. Every year they give with quotation. Every year they give with quotation. And nobody has figured out. You would have studied somewhere. Has this figured out? Leave those two questions. So 26, if it is available, you are appearing for examination for 24. The entire set, we said that one question which is about finance, one question was there. No, we leave it, which means 26 minus 2 is equal to 24. One hard question which is equal to 23. You can attempt 23. If you can do the course of action, easy, eliminate, identify trap, eliminate, answer will come for 23. Within that, sir, I did not understand as he was said, keystone species, I did not know. Maybe one question it will come like that. 22 questions will be there. Don't attempt that one. Why get negative mark? That too here it is. More, 0.88 is the negative, not 0.66 is the negative. 22. For 22, what will be the cutoff? 22 into 2.5. But 55 marks. Reading comprehension should be 55. That target. After that one, father mother question was there, direction question was there, relationship question was there, a number question was there, missing out was there, this is equal to this, what is equal to what question was there, right? We saw 5 questions. That I wondered. All other questions we are touching is for to make it 100. Then CSAT is a hard paper or easy paper? It's the easiest and simplest paper that you will see in your life, provided you understand one thing. Last rule, write it down. CSAT as a tough exam is a constructed and polarized opinion is a constructed and polarized opinion. உங்களை நம்ப வச்சிருக்காங்க. Like how Santanam was made believe that he is a doctor, right? It's a constructed and polarized opinion. It's a simple paper. Needs practice of both reading comprehension and aptitude. Underline the word aptitude. Why I am stressing it out? Because I taught you only one part. That doesn't mean aptitude is not required. Aptitude is required. We'll have to work on it. But go home, try the rest of the reading comprehension that we missed out. You will find it easy. After that, before 2023, you start working on it. Right? Try to apply our logics. Every single time reading comprehension will come. Every single time the 2 questions will come in quotation. Every single time this is going to be the same scenario. No differences will be there. It is going to test your ability, capability. That's all. Common sense. CSAT will become a cakewalk. You are going to practice before the examination again and again those 14 years of question paper. That's all. Right? If not, every 3 days once, you start from 2012 question paper, or every 1 week once. If you have 12 weeks now, right? Every week you will do 1 question. Right? We are going to do 2 more questions, 2024 and 2025 as an exercise in the classroom again. Right? Maybe we'll try to do it in 1 class because we will make it quicker with respect to it. Before that, you finish it. And we will do at least 4 years of GS elimination strategy classes. Right? But GS elimination is not like this. Here I am saying with conviction, no, this rule you apply, this will come. It's like a mathematics. GS is not like that. GS is 6 out of 10 times elimination will emerge. And I will not give you any elimination which is less than 5 times, 5 out of 10. Probability is more than 50%, I will give you that elimination technique. If probability is less than 50%, I will not give you the technique at all because it will backfire. I should not teach you something which is going to backfire you. I will teach you what is helping you with respect to it. And these can be applied only after, number one, you have prepared. If you have not prepared, sir, அந்த 16வது கேள்வியை மட்டும் கேளுங்க சார், கொன்றுவேன். அந்த மாதிரி யாரெல்லாம் கேட்பீங்க எனக்கு தெரியும் கிளாஸ்ல, கொன்றுவேன். Right? You should have prepared well and you should be stuck. You will be stuck in some 10 questions. In those 10 questions, if you have been stuck out of 90, if you apply this rule, 6 can go correct, 4 can go wrong. Even worst case scenario, 5 goes correct, 5 goes wrong. What will be the scenario? For 5, you will lose 2 marks to a greater number, right? 2 questions. So 3 will be the cutoff. For 3, you will get 6 marks. I'm just pushing you the margin of clearing the civil service preliminary alone and clearing the civil service and forest service preliminary together. That's my intent. Or I am missing the civil service preliminary every single time by 1 mark and 2 mark. I will help you out. Right? In GS. அதுதான் பண்ண முடியும். That alone can be done. I can't help you to get 85. If you are a person who is stuck in 88, I will help you to go to 92, 94. Right? But CSAT, wherever you are, if your English is good, we will come to 100. Right? There's a 2 different things before that. So in case of GS, this is primary. Elimination is even quaternary, not even tertiary, quaternary. C step. If you are in 90, I will take you to 94. If you are in 100, I will take you to 110. Forest service preliminary will clear. Right? Any doubts? We'll see again. We will inform you when the next session will go on. Now you try to apply it over the weeks. This GS elimination I can't start now because you have to more prepare. So that will come in the month of April, later April, and in the month of May. Then later April, I will also start maybe one class for CSAT 2024 and 25, where we will do it in 2-hour session. Then try it, apply it. If you have doubts, get back to us. Fine. And only the elimination strategy sessions videos will not be provided. All others will be provided. And most people do not know all those things. So if you want, help them out. If you don't want, you don't help them out. That is your heart, whatever it is. I always believed in one thing. I never believed in God, but I always believe in one thing. எண்ணம் போல் வாழ்க்கை, எண்ணம் போல் தான் வாழ்க்கை.